Hey, hey, how we doing? Let's go. HH in the house.
Hey, hey,
it's been a
how we
while.
doing?
Let's go. HH in the house.
Hey, hey,
it's been a
how we
while.
doing?
Why am I hearing myself?
HH in the house. It's been a while.
Why am I hearing myself? Why am I hearing myself? Am I still echoed? Yes. Yes. I'm not sure why it's echoing. I'm not sure why it's echoing. I'm not sure why it's echoing. What's going on, guys? Why is it echoing? What's going on, guys? Why is it echoing? What's going on, guys? Why is it echoing? If I turn all these off. If I turn all these off. Do I have my stream open twice? Good question. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Now I've just muted everything. Hold on. Right. Are we good? Do you hear me at all? Do you hear an echo? Are we live? No echo, but you do hear me, right? Pro streamer coming back at ya. Okay, cool. Hello, how you doing? How's things, guys? Damn, it's been a little while. It's been a little while. Nice. Okay, good. Good stuff. Look. I think after the free-to-play shenanigans, I was pretty burnt. Like, I played hard. So, yeah, it's cool to sort of have a bit of a break, a bit of a refresh. And now we're going to go for some building, honestly, of one of the crazy new mythicals we're all going to eventually pick up. So, we're going to take a look here at Embrys, the Anomaly, who I think is kind of OP. We've also got a bit later on today, so I don't know if you guys have caught this, but HH Gaming are working with a new company, a new game that's coming out called Etheria Restart. So I'm going to watch their live stream from yesterday night or last night towards the end of this stream. So we're going to check it out and see what's coming on with this. But you'll notice now on hellhades.com, there's this Etheria Restart section. And basically we're working with Zox, who's been kind of like playtesting for the last, I think about 18 months in like betas and stuff. And then we've got others in the team which have basically been working through building out this whole section on Etheria Restart. And the game looks freaking good. So we're going to be checking it out as well in this stream. And actually those guys are sponsoring this stream. So I guess, yeah, check. We'll be checking it out. But Damn, the game looks super sweet, honestly. Embrys looks like Xerxes from 300. Ah, yeah, just so. Just there's a bit of that. It's really cool visuals on this guy. Look at this. I really like the side of the face as well. Very cool. It's almost like I'm trying to think, is this like Alien or something? I'm just trying to think where this kind of like almost spinal imagery would come from. I feel like it's like an alien. But yeah, super cool. Really, really cool skin. So yeah, we're going to be doing a guide on this guy. We're going to be checking out his damage. Also going to be checking out his mechanics. He's mainly an arena champ. He's got 2 forms, of course. This one is the nuke form. This reminds me a bit of Baldur's Gate 3. Damn, again, like really, really cool visual. Looks like a guy from the second Dune film. Oh, yeah, yeah. Do you guys, by the way, you guys hear music as well as me? Just checking that you guys are getting everything I'm putting out there. Samau in the house. How you doing, mate? Cody here. Deadpool. Cool Hot Cold. A lot of the OGs still around. Ethan, do you have your stream open? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did. Thanks, Ethan. Wrath of Khan, still around. How you doing, man? Laz the man. Good to see some of the old crew still about. Love that. Music's a bit loud. Okay, push it down a bit. Second form, you think looks like Resident Evil? Okay, kind of get it. Yeah, kind of get it. So I'm sure you guys will know the optimizer right now is on full premium mode over the weekend for anyone to use any of it. So we're going to be using the optimizer to build this fella out. We've also got the free read gear in game, which comes alongside it really nice. So we're going to be checking this dude out, building him in full. Let's have a quick look at his skills then. Let's go base form first. Why is this guy so OP? And by the way, on the free to play, I feel like he was almost as quick to be going after, for my account at least, as Mithrala. So I actually think this is a very accessible champion for someone who's like mid-game and will play for a while. Obviously, you got to play for a while. You got to kill the Chimera a bunch of times, but definitely someone who's going to be picked up. Hey, Cody, thanks for joining the minions, buddy. Thanks, mate. Hey, Benjamin, how you doing? So yeah, what's going on with this guy then? We've got an AoE A1. Destroys each target's max HP by 3% up to 30. This is a straight, like, anti-Scarab boss. Like, absolutely destroys his shield with this. Really, really strong. And his other form's got a heal, which means he can very comfortably solo it. Like, really comfortably. Also increases duration of random debuffs on enemies by a turn. This cannot be resisted if Necrosis is out there. So we'll talk about Necrosis in a second. His A2 here places true fear on all enemies and a 50% decreased attack on all enemies as well. These effects cannot be resisted if Necrosis is out there. If enemies have any Necrosis stacks. I wonder if that means that if one enemy's got Necrosis, everybody can't resist it, or is it just the ones that have got Necrosis? Not sure, actually. But he gets an extra turn out of this one, so he can basically cycle this into another ability. This is kind of like the big hitter, I guess. This is the one that people are calling out as being totally OP. And the reason for it is it doesn't actually need accuracy to work. So it's kind of bonkers. You know, anything which is as strong as this should have some sort of stat check, but it doesn't. It literally just happens. The only thing that could go wrong, he could weak hit, and that wouldn't allow these things to work, or Lightning Cage could block these things from working. But ultimately, what's going on? He's done a remove Stone Skin. As long as you don't weak hit and there's no Lightning Cage, Stone Skin is gone. Okay, it's literally like meta changing, which is nuts actually, because Stone Skin's so prevalent in the arena right now. So I'm sure certainly like the live arena guys are using this guy a ton, I would have thought. Block debuffs becomes block buffs. And then you've also got all these other switches. So increase attack switches to decrease attack. Heals and strengthens go to heal reduction and weaken. So it's kind of like reversing a bunch of the buffs. Anything which just reverses buffs does not need accuracy, which is crazy. It's not 50-50. It's not a 50-50 chance, Maron. It's a 100% going to happen as long as you don't weak hit. So yeah, it's mad, honestly. It's pretty much insane as an ability. Then still, so this part here does need accuracy. Anything where it's doing something else will need accuracy. So then steals 5% of each target's turn meter for each buff converted into a debuff for this skill. So let's say you're just going up against a team that have got full stone skin, 20% turn meter steal, and gives your team turn meter increase. So, there's so much going on. So much going on with this skill. It's actually insane. Wise T, how you doing, buddy? Wise T in the house. Yeah, it's bonkers. You think about all of these things that are happening. Oh, by the way, I'm also going to be your turn meter filler with this skill. Like setting up the damage, basically. Setting up whoever's coming next. So, damn. This skill is maybe the most crazy skill in the game for Arena. Yeah, really, really crazy skill. He's got a passive as well. So, whenever an enemy is killed, places necrosis on all enemies when one enemy dies. And necrosis is like a enemy max HP ticker. Keeps ticking damage whenever the enemy have a turn. And the only way you get rid of it is if the enemy revives someone. So it's a pretty strong debuff, honestly. Cannot be resisted or blocked. So you can't have block debuffs and block it out. As I said here, only removed by reviving allies. Doesn't work against bosses. And it also works if this guy is dead. So that's pretty crazy as well, right? I'm pretty sure this one works if he is dead. So yeah, so much going on here. So that's his main, or I guess his first form. His second form is his damage form. So first form is kind of like, I'm controlling you. I'm kind of like support based. Second form is an HP based form, but it is where his damage comes from. And because we don't need accuracy for the main part of form 1, I think we just go full damage for form 2. So what's going on? Form 2, we've got, if necrosis is out there, we get another hit on this one, and it's a block revive ability. It stacks from HP and accuracy. This is the weird thing. You don't need accuracy for his main part of his kit in form 1, albeit there's some elements where you would need accuracy, like the decreased attack and stuff. But yeah, you don't have to pump him full of accuracy, but he does gain some extra damage just from having accuracy in his build. What that means is, like, if you've got a soul for this guy, get a lot of extra stats and therefore damage for the soul. So again, stats from relics, stats from souls, stats from empowerment. Like, there's loads of ways to get this guy pumping more and more damage. But yeah, full damage here. We've got an AoE ability on the second one, deals double damage to enemies whose accuracy is lower than his, or ignores 50% defense to enemies whose accuracy is equal or higher. So again, I'm all for low accuracy, ignoring defense. I think that's got to be the better way to go. And then for his A3, this is where I think outside of Arena, this is where it becomes a bit interesting. So he has got swap HP with an enemy, and if it's a boss, fully restores his HP. I think this guy could be a solo champ for potentially a bunch of content. The only thing is, probably by the time you get him, you don't need solo champs. You're running faster teams. I don't know if it's a bit of a waste of someone who's as cool as this, but it's definitely interesting. It's definitely an interesting thing. So each time this skill is used, increases his champion's ignore defense by 10% when they're in their alternate form. This is their alternate form. So he gets up to another 50% ignore defense. And you may as well use this, by the way. Even if you don't need HP, you could use it to get the extra ignore defense because you get another turn anyway. So it's just seriously kind of busted, this guy. I feel like he's, considering we can all eventually get him, he's, for me, he feels like he's one of the best mythicals out there right now. We've also got a passive here. When this champion dies, reflect damage equal to 50% of the fatal hit back to the attacker. Damn, this passive's nuts as well. I'd forgotten about this passive. So even if he dies, he reflects the damage, which probably sits somebody down. He then puts necrosis out there because he puts necrosis on whether he's dead or not. And the necrosis is ticking. It's bonkers, honestly. Whenever an enemy is killed, you put the necrosis out there. And then the active effect, which is on a 5-turn. If this champion is about to be killed by a fatal hit, so if he's about to be killed, preempts that hit and puts revive on death on him. So not only is he reflecting damage back, which probably kills the attacker if it's a nuker, he's also coming and he's putting necrosis out there and he's popping back up. And you can cycle that into, oh, by the way, I'm going to come back full health, get some ignore defense, and then I'm going to whop you with my ability. So there's so much in this guy's kit. It's actually nuts. Absolutely nuts. Hey, Kim, how you doing? Do we know if there is a 2 times on souls from tomorrow? Yeah, there is, yeah. 2 times on souls, I think just for the small ones, medium ones, the mortal, not for the eternal ones. So, anyway, lots going on. I think I'm just going to build him to do damage in this second form. That's what I'm feeling like is going to be the best way to go. Has anyone already got him, already built him out? Got any sort of like, this is the direction I would go? I'm thinking stone skin 4-piece and then like a nuke set, like probably just lethal or something like that to get my stats up, or whatever the optimizer finds, honestly. But that's what I'm thinking. Because that way you've still got protection from. Although I guess the question is, do you need the stone skin here? Do we need it? I guess we do, because if he's in Form 1, he doesn't get this instant revive thing. You do need to get him into Form 2. Taraku went lethal pinpoint. So just to try and avoid being sheeped. I get it, actually. Yeah, that's quite an interesting direction. So what I'm thinking, Ethan, is to have him as... I'm thinking his primary role would be to remove stone skin and then boost my turn meter and then let someone else, probably my Carnage, come in and finish people off. Is my thought. Or perhaps the Teox. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The thing is, the trouble I've got, right, is I'm not fast anymore. My team is not that fast, so... I mean, I'd probably win a speed race in just like Gold 5 type of stuff. But if I'm talking about Siege, where I actually care about Arena, my teams generally are not fast, which means I need to try and navigate into having my turns, you know? So the team I'm considering here, I think I would put him with... Where is she? I'm thinking Lamasu to give him like insta-turn with the A2. Lamasu? It's Lamasu, right? Yeah, sorry, the A3. Give him insta-turn, and she would be my fastest champ. He then rips off any stone skin if we need it. If we don't need to rip off stone skin, and I build him in... See, I don't know if he ends up being in a hybrid build where he's just like doing damage as well, and I don't need the accuracy. Enoch got him in 2-turn stone skin. Not a great build. 90k, 250 speed. Yeah, I'm thinking probably lethal and stone skin. So why supersonic? That's interesting. So you plan on going first, I'd recommend full speed, 100% crit rate, and do supersonic gear. Or like 9 piece. Interesting. He does strip without accuracy. I don't need accuracy at all. Yeah, I don't need accuracy for the strip. There's other things in his kit which do need accuracy, but I'm not so fussed about those in terms of my build. So I'm thinking Lamasu in the team. I'm thinking he then comes in probably as my second champ, or she makes sure he goes second, right? With this. And then I've got 2 more slots, honestly. So I could bring in a damage. So I could either bring in Carnage as my damage, or I could bring in Carnage is already in a reasonable build here, although he might need to be faster for what I'm trying to do with this bit with this team. And then, I mean, maybe it's one other champion to make sure that I don't get wrecked in case I lose the speed race. Akage. I hate live arena. I never do it or in gold 3 since I have this champ. I don't really play live arena. I should play. I wish live arena was just ready when I'm ready to play it, but it never is, which just totally puts me off. So let's go through a couple of these builds. Because we've got the ability to switch gear on anyone for free right now, let's get the optimizer up and start playing around with some builds. So yeah, for anyone who is not used to using the optimizer, we've got it on full premium mode for the full weekend for anyone, which means any of the kind of like, I guess, additional support things which people generally are paying for. And thank you to anyone who does, because we do pay our devs on a monthly basis to upgrade all of this. This is why it's constantly being improved. Yeah, so things like artifact ratings are on for anybody who's got the premium, which you wouldn't be used to seeing. But we've basically just got like an algorithm that says how good we think gear is. And you can go into your account and decide in your settings here what level of account you think you are, and then it will adjust where it thinks your gear is for that level of account. Also in Team Optimizer, you can find a team and it will find teams for you. This is all a part of any optimizer, but also you can go in and view the team and it'll show you exactly the gear they're using, the masteries they're running, if they've got any default stuff on the AI setup. So you can literally come in and understand exactly how the team you're copying is doing the damage it's doing. So yeah. Have you guys ever considered having the roll score and the primary stat show at the same time? Yeah, Raffican, we definitely considered it, right? It's so much information to try and fit in. So Saf and I, we spent many a night trying to make this feel good. Okay, we spent a lot of time trying to make this feel strong, and it's hard. It's harder than you think, because unless you make each of these tiles massive to try and get more information on, it becomes super complex for people. So yeah, it's harder than you think, really, to just try and keep it like simple for people that want it simple, and then add the extra layer for those that really want to kind of do their deep dive stuff. Does Optimizer work on phone? Yeah, so you can come in on the Optimizer. So the difference would be it's a web-based, it's not an app, it's a web-based tool. But if you were going into Optimizer Champion, so let me just grab my Lamasu, isn't it? Is it Lam? What's her name? I never remember this chick's name. It is Lamasu. There she is. Yeah, so if you were doing it on a phone, when you're going through the optimize process, you'd be using this remote optimization. There's actually a video which kind of walks you through exactly what you'd need to do. It's a slightly different process, but you can use it on a phone. You can use it on iPads and stuff like that. We don't have the Relic support in it yet, but it is planned. Yeah, we're I guess it's worth just calling out, right? So a lot of people have been asking why we're a bit behind on some stuff on hellhades.com, and we are, right? So it's a bugbear of mine because I hate us feeling like we're behind on content. We've got Chimera ratings incoming. We've got Relic options for champions incoming. We've got Relics coming onto the optimizer soon. The thing is, we're doing this, we're working collaboratively with Etheria Restart, and basically their final beta goes live real soon, and then their launch is kind of like early June. So we've been literally building out hundreds of pages, including all of their heroes, all of these different guides and stuff. Like, we've been doing tons of extra work, and we've got more people in the team to do it, but still, it just had to take a priority because of the deadline. So yeah, it's definitely taken a bit of a toll on us staying up to date with our other stuff, but we're kind of back on it now that all of this work is done. But this is cool. So I'll just quickly show you this. We're going to be looking at the live stream they did recently, the Etheria Restart guys. But yeah, we've got a whole section now. This game looks and plays great. By the way, I've been chatting to the guys who've been like hardcore playing it to get the guides done, and you know, we've got a number of the HH Gaming team doing it. We've got Zoxin, who's one of the content creators, and basically we're building out all of this section. But this game, I think, is gonna absolutely rip. So definitely fun. Right, anyway, let's go back to what I'm doing. So I'm gonna build out my Lamasu as fast as I can. So good point that someone just mentioned there. I need Lamasu to be super fast, like the fastest champion on my account for this type of team to try and work. And even then, we'll see whether I can, you know, keep up to date with the sort of speed meta. So all I'm looking for really on a Relic, this is where rating Relics is hard, okay? All I'm looking for is a fast Relic. Yeah, I'm looking for the one that gives me the most speed. I haven't unlocked any level 5 Relics yet. By the way, has anyone got level 5 Relics going on? I feel like it's like tough to get to level 5. So I've only got one Relic right now that offers any speed. So yeah, this is going to end up being my fastest champion on my team. You're taking the Cat's Gaze up to 5-star. It's a lot of, yeah, it's a lot. I guess over time that will become easy, but it feels like to me it feels like it's so far away. I'm not even really like trying, you know. What is this one here? So it might not be that relevant. Whereas 20% chance to remove skill convert buffs or increase a skill's cooldown when landing a weak hit. It's not super relevant. It's not bad. It's not relevant really, but we need the extra speed on Lamasu here. My clanmate's got the mythical Relic at rank 5. Damn. Yeah, that's got to be pretty mad, actually. My next kind of big task for my account is to build out my Chimera team to start doing trials rather than just do the damage. So yeah, it's one of my things that I need to start pushing that side of my account, because I really haven't pushed that side. Because I was so deep in the free-to-play, which honestly has got me to a point of like, I was pretty burnt of raid because I played it so intense. So I've kind of come back to my main account, and now I'm a bit like, whew, like I needed a bit of a rest from the grind, you know. But I do need to get back into the sort of Relic grind. And obviously we're doing so much work with building out Godforge as well, you know. Anyway, right, so we've got Lamasu in a Relic. Let's just get her to the fastest gear I can. So all we're going to do here is go into my configure, and basically include artifacts on all my lock champions, yeah? And I'm not going to exclude anyone. So it's just going to literally look at any gear that I own. When you get Maris, that's also one of my like hardcore pushes right now, Biss. Yeah, Maris is like, I'm like basically 2/3 of the way there. This one I've slowed down because I've not done enough arena battles, annoyingly. And I did a whole bunch of crafting, a crafty geezer, on the last CVC, not realizing this one was coming up. And it's absolutely like crucified me because I ran out of materials. But I'm trying, I'm moving on it. I'm no longer like just letting it sit there. You're one behind, sweet, yeah. It's, I mean, some of them are brutal. Like getting the mythical chest. I burnt thousands of energy, not realizing that having auto sell didn't count. Like, literally thousands of energy. I was like, how is it taking me this long to get this stuff? Very annoying. Right, let's do this. So, all I'm doing here on stats is, let's take accuracy off now. I'm just saying, on a balanced build, give me the highest speed I possibly can on the account. I'm also going to have a quick look, which is worth doing if you're trying to do like a serious build. And I'm just looking for... just looking to see how much glyphs I've got, right? So I don't have a lot of glyphs in speed. I've got a lot of glyphs and everything else. So I could probably add +4 to anything, pretty much. Maybe just about. Which is not a lot. That doesn't make... but it's still worth putting in. So I could say here, +4. Okay, about that. What else do I want to do? What else do I want to do? On my slots, I can also say that... I guess I could say any... I could turn this into speed as like a... I will guarantee speed boots, but honestly, I don't need to do that because I know that I've got speed boots with speed on, so I'm not going to get it to push into a different set of boots. But I could do that. If I hadn't already ascended, I could just say, assume that I'm going to change it to speed. But I don't need to do that for this build. The other thing I'm just going to quickly do as well is just check for this faction. Is there any banners that I have not rolled that I should roll? Just in case I get like a crazy high speed roll. Just so the optimizer's got as much as possible to work with. So that is... this is probably going to be the banner I end up with. Shame that's not a triple, but yeah, that might end up being the one. 23 speed. It's pretty juicy. So I'm glad I decided to do that. Cool. Check that banner out. Pretty nice. Okay. So I've at least like double checked. I've got everything for this build. So do a live refresh, make sure it's got all the gear available. Make sure I'm not looking for any weird sets. No. Okay, let's do it. So the fastest I can get my Lamasu is 424 speed. Just put in chat, anyone who's got like a decently fast champ, what's your fastest champion on your team right now? What's the fastest you can build a champion? Has anyone beaten a 424? I'm curious as well if anyone knows how fast, like, you know, the people that are in like high gold 4 live arena type of, what sort of speeds those guys are hitting. Got another 424. Got a 450 Voltux. Ashwa 452. There's some 480 plus. Crouching Grandpa in the house. How you doing, mate? Hold high gold 4 is 450. So I guess, what am I missing here? So my Lamasu does not have a blessing, right? So that would, and she's not plussed anything. So, and that makes such a difference, by the way. Like, it's so huge. If I could get, obviously it's a long way off, but 15 speed for a 6-star blessing, massive, right? And then another bunch of speed for +4 in someone. What's that worth to me again? Oh, is that not worth it? Is that not worth speed? Oh, maybe it's not. I thought it was. Oh yeah, empowerment. Here we go. Plus 15 more. So that's like an extra 30 speed if I did those two things. So much. Such a lot more. So, I mean, then I'd be in the 450 game, right? But I'm so far away. Yeah, anyway, it just shows like it's very tough unless you've got those things going on, which are obviously very hard to do. Cryson 500 plus, is he? Yeah. Anyway, let's see where it's coming from. I imagine a lot of it's Arbiter because she's my fastest champ right now. You see that? That was my new banner there, the 23 speed banner. It's coming out. Okay, so what we can do now is just hit equip in game, which is such a great feature. By the way, we added this to Mac this week. Such a great feature. Equip in game. I go to game. My Lamasu's here. I've got all of those pieces of gear. I hit equip, and now we've got it on. So Lamasu's now wearing that gear. Super fast. Really, really cool. Yeah, it's a great. I mean, it's just such a time saver. So we just want to check glyphs here. I think most of these will be glyphed up pretty high because they're ones that I've had for a while. In fact, all max glyphs there. Let's put some glyphs on these bad boys are alive, if I can. And then my brand new set of brand new banner. I don't particularly want her to be using an attack banner. I'd much rather she was wearing something which was defensive, but it's all about how fast I can get her to go. And this is just gonna go streamer luck straight on +8. Streamer luck. It's fine. It's not the worst. It's not the worst. Okay. I think that is basically her built out. 431 in the end. 431. Even little things like this. See the way we've got 2 pieces of pinpoint on here? That's giving me my extra bit of speed from pinpoint. There's all these little extra ways to gain speed now in the game. But yeah, not bad. Not bad. 431. Please stop telling me I've got new stuff. Are there any... Okay, I think that's good. It's too sad. Too sad to try and get there. Okay, so she's good to go. So she's going to give my Embrys a 50% turn meter fill, which basically means I don't need to build him super quick, but I can build him, I'll build him reasonably quick anyway. But I do want him to do damage, right? I want him to hit hard. I guess, again, let's throw it out there. Would you build Embrys slower, even slower, like really slow, and have Lamasu have like another turn meter champ in the mix? Like an Arbiter or someone? Is it? No, it's not worth it, is it? Because he would still go before her. I'm just wondering, like, how are people building? What sort of speed we're going for? I'm mainly thinking, well, my day-to-day is classic arena, Ethan, but this will be the champions that I pull into live arena as well when I do live. Or I guess part of the bunch, right? So I generally have got a couple of ways to get rid of Stone Skin on my account. Dark Smile, I use a lot. Just stole his banner, but I use him a lot because he's a good option for me. I do use Dismac as well. But yeah, I'm thinking this is another option for me to get rid of Stone Skin. If it's for Live Arena, you need 300. Wow, that's crazy, man. But yeah, I mean, that's crazy, really. Is that if you use him purely to strip? Because once you've got that strip away, his value drops a lot, surely. Oh, just for nukers. You're just saying straight nukers, your Live Arena jumps are 300. Are you serious? That's actually mad. Is that the meta? Wow, that's actually crazy. Damn, shows how out of touch I am with the meta for Live Arena. That is crazy. Because obviously, Lamasu will push him to go, but the trouble is, it's like, it's the next. So I'm going to need another nuker, right? In case I literally just use him for the strip. If I use him for the strip, then he's not going to be nuking for me. And he's going to be pushing the next person on. So I'm just wondering, like, what happens in between? Is it like another turn meter booster after him to then go into my second nuker? So let's just these are locked. But I want to take from her. Let's just check my locked ones. So I just want to make sure she's my only level 5 locked. Okay, let's build him out next then. So, damn, I did not expect to need to be that fast, actually. So we're going to go... Maybe I'm going to try, like, 250... I guess we'll see. We'll see what the optimizer kicks out. I'm going to try damage mode, alternate form. So damage with his second form. We're going to configure... Include artifacts unlocked, but exclude just Lamasu. I don't think we would have taken from her anyway, but just so we know. I don't think I've got masteries on him yet, actually. Okay. Masteries, I guess I'm just going to go Helm Smasher here. Like standard nuke build. Any little weird things that I need to take into consideration with his masteries here. Yeah, I don't have Self-Furion. I would like him, but I don't have him. Fastest nuker is 264 speed. Yeah, I've seen the metas basically swung that everyone's using Lightning Cage now. Okay, let's build them out. Just want, what do I want here? Helm Smasher. I think I just want standard build. Especially as he's likely to, well, he might end up being like my first point of damage if there's no Stone Skin to deal with. I know what we're saying. I guess I don't necessarily want the accuracy or need it. I guess I just go Fence Tree. Lightning Cage is his only counter, yeah. Or I guess weak. So I guess, is this going to be one of those situations where people start to pick his counter affinity a lot more? Because obviously his ability to weak hit. Hey, Rye, thank you for the $5. Thanks, man. 14-day player here. Thanks to you, Cobra and Ash. I'm crushing it. Almost level 60. Nice, man. Congrats. Thanks for that. I don't have Shuzen, actually, LK. I would love Shuzen, but I don't have Shuzen. Yeah, so I think we're just going to go with very standard secondary build. This is quite nice to try and get his A1 popping on his second form, just to, like, I guess, have the chance to counterattack and block revive someone. And then I guess I'm just gonna... This is my problem. I've only got one Cat's Gaze on my account. Because I was stupid. I was playing free-to-play life at the time. So, what are we saying? Is there anything other than Cat's Gaze that I should be considering for this guy? Pretty much my only other options are sad as well. They're really not good. I think it's kind of got to be. I think it's got to be. I mean, I've got such crap ones anyway. Maybe let's see if I don't need to roll. I might have some. Gaze not good. Oh, it's HP Nuka. Yeah, of course. Of course. So you guys are going Wander Submission. This is one we're getting at the end of the month, right? Don't really need the damage from, yeah. Yeah, so I don't have one of these yet. But this, I mean, you never know. Maybe I'm about to just get one right now. We'll see. No, I've got this one that I've got about 700 of. It's getting sad. I know, don't mix, but I'm live on stream. I'm trying to get myself something I don't have. Oh, everything goes out the window when you're live on stream. Hey Shin, how you doing? Wanted to ask, do you guys plan to upload chances of each reward from Clan Boss chests, for example? Oh, you mean for other ones which are not the standard Clan Boss? Yeah, it should already be on. Should already be on the site. Let's just check. So if you hover over Raid Shadow Legends, go into the Stages tool, and then choose the content you want. So Chimera, Light Rotation, Ultra Nightmare. Oh, it does. Oh, it does have rewards. Here you go. Rewards. Oh, it doesn't have rewards. Is that the? What else is that the same for? I think that's a bug. Yeah, that's a bug. I will pass that back, actually. Thanks for that. Yeah, this is all trash anyway. My chance of getting something worth having here is super low. It's all trash. Okay. Okay, back to where we were. Nothing changed. So what are we saying then? So I guess for him, if Cat's Gaze is not really needed, what else is worth having here? Just go for. Should I just go for HP? Should I just go for an HP one? He's not going to have more attack. And he's likely to have more max HP, so I don't think that's a good one. Where it reflects 5% of the absorbed damage by block damage. No. Could be alright. Steel buff. Maybe. What's annoying about him is that necrosis works even if he's dead. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, that part is crazy. Honestly, his general skills are crazy. I don't know. I don't feel like I've got anything that's particularly good here. Whereas turn meter increases by 10% whenever one of their allies dies. Could be okay. Yeah, I feel like I just got a bunch of trash, honestly, for my stuff here. Let's go for one of these. Or just add more crit damage. Yeah, again, I could just grab more damage. I don't think I really need the more damage, but I could just get this sort of HP and crit damage. It's more damage for his build. Yeah, I guess why not? I guess why not? I wish there was a much quicker way of doing this. Is there a quicker way of doing this that I just don't know about? Like, I wish I could just take one up super quick. I feel like this is why there's not many 5 stars in the game right now. Anyway, okay, this is going to be his piece. He's got a little bit of HP from it. He's got a little bit, or a decent amount of crit damage, 26%. It's probably not bad, actually, for his A1 on his second form. Damage increase for debuffs, yeah. Okay, let's build him out. Death Dealer would be great, yeah, definitely. I think the other one, which would be insane for him, because of the amount of turns that he cycles or can cycle, the other one which would be mad is that new mythical one. Which one is it? This Chrono Cube, I think, would also be pretty bonkers for him. Because you can just, like, you can go through so many of his abilities, it's mad. But obviously, I mean, I don't know. I don't think I'm getting any mythical ones anytime soon. So, unless they do an event. Okay, let's build them out. So we're saying minimum of 250 speed. That's what you guys are reckoning. Nothing else. So if you do a configure, if you do, I'm going damage mode. This is where tons of people go wrong with the optimizer. It doesn't need anything else. Like, if you just want to test how much damage you can do, literally all you want to put in is the speed you want to hit. That's it. That's the only stat you want to put in. Now, for this build, I do want to have him in 4-piece stone skin. Or I think that's what I want to try anyway. So 4-piece stone skin I could put in there. Again, I don't need to put anything else, because whether it's lethal or savage or whatever else it's going to throw him into, it will just find my best gear. So I don't think we need anything other than that. Anything else I need to actually tell it here? I guess I could just make sure that it knows what I'm up against. Like, generally, we're going to be hitting people that have got, I don't know, 4k defense and 100k health or something. It's probably low nowadays, honestly, but it's probably about right. I think that's about it. Yeah, I've already put the form on alternate, yeah. So what it will do, if you're going for a damage build, it will always crit cap you. That's the first thing it tries to find. It will then start to look for optimal damage between your like HP stat for him because he's HP based, or if it's an attack based one, it will look for your attack and it will look for your crit damage. So it's looking for that optimal relationship between those stats. Because I'm giving it basically my whole account to look at, it's got loads of gear to sift through. I'm not going to wait the full amount. Let's just see if this does change. I'm on stream, so normally what I would do, maybe I'll try it. Let's hope it doesn't break the stream. There is a mode on the optimizer where it's like use burst mode, and then it will be much faster. And it's going to use my GPU to do that. I'm hoping because I'm streaming that doesn't mess us up. We'll see. You guys still hear me? You see how much quicker it is? It's like basically a third of the time, or way less than a third of the time. So it's searching like billions of combinations per second on burst mode. So the guys that build the optimizer, honestly, what crazy, awesome people. Hey, Godlike, how you doing, mate? Timothy in the house, how you doing? So yeah, the more, I guess, John, the less specific you are around what you want from a build, the worse or the slower the optimizer will be. And then it goes the other direction. If it's like, I'm so specific on every stat and every piece of gear, it's like, I don't even know what you're looking for. You're not really helping me help you. So there's a sweet spot where it's like, just give me a certain amount of info. I will say though, this build looks worse than what we had before. Does it? I've still got some refining that I can do with dust. 93k health, 250 speed. I mean, with a stone skin savage build. It feels low. I think it feels low because I don't have a soul for him or any of that stuff. Plus, I built him, for me, relatively fast. Let's throw it on. So we've got Stone Skin and Savage. I should have looked actually just to see if I got other Stone Skin gear sitting around that would be more relevant. Like this potentially is more relevant if I can get the HP up. So rolling HP. This is what we hoard all that silver for. That would be a bit better. It's a bit better. I'm in the wrong form, yeah. Then obviously we can throw glyphs on. But I'm wondering if it's not really a good enough piece to want to change it up. I'll try a couple of times, but I'm not going to waste a load of dust on this. Oh, there you go. Perfect. Okay, so we definitely want to bump some more HP, and we want to bump some crit damage here. This is where you burn all your... Oh, look at that. First roll. I was about to say it's where you burn all your dust, but actually, first rolled it. Nice. Okay, do an extra 12% there. We'll take it. Already got HP with HP here with good rolls. That's all working. HP up here as well. This all looks good. As I max that up. HP and crit, not too bad. How many times are we going to try? Oh shit, I've already tried this one a load of times and didn't see that. Didn't see that. Let me just check here. So I'm over crit capped here. I'm 106. I might be able to find a better piece in this. So I need like an 11% crit rate HP chest. Let's see if we can make some magic happen here. On stone skin. See, I could do this one, and all I'm going to do is cost myself a little bit of speed. I could do this one. Cost myself too much crit, yeah. Damn, I thought I had more HP chest than that. Or we just like say sayonara to the extra 20% HP. Do you find like, are you like me here where it's like, well, it's probably going to be the next roll, but then when I look, it's like, hold on a minute. There's like 7 options it could be. It's a pretty low chance it's going to be that next roll. You know, pretty low chance. I think we're just going to leave it off and just go with defense. I've got defense here as well. Again, like, I could have got my speed from here. I think it's fine. I don't really want defense there. I could have got my speed from here, been faster, or I could just switch it anyway and hope that we get some speed on. Oh, that's beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay. Okay. The gods have answered. So where does that leave us? We're actually now at 268 speed, 93k with no blessing, no empowerment, 269 crit damage. It's not bad. It's not bad. If I compare it to, you know, like, I guess top level players, I don't know, they'd probably be over 300%, probably more like, what, 110k? Maybe more? I'm in the wrong form again. Yeah, sorry. Okay, yeah. Actually, in the other form, it's even better. It's not too bad. Streamer bloody luck, says John. How you doing, John? Why is my game equip disabled? It's almost 100% likely to be that. You see how it says now mine's disabled? I have to be on this screen. I don't even have to be on the right champion, but I have to be on this screen for that to work. Yeah, I just do a blessing on him. A blessing would make a big difference. So we've got masteries done, and I'm going to be rolling all of my souls tomorrow. I don't have my soul stones. I mean, I don't have tons. I've got some, but obviously tomorrow we're going to be going for it. So fingers crossed. Oh, you can't equip in game on a phone. The phone, so the thing what a phone does, right? A phone takes a snapshot of your account and then logs straight out of your account. Like, we don't stay logged into anyone's account, and we delete your raid info straight away. So we just can't do it on a phone, because that would mean we'd have to continue a connection, and we don't want to do that. It's too dangerous from a security point of view. So yeah, sorry, phones, there isn't that option. Justin, how you doing? What's up, Hellhades? How's the game going? Do you mean Godforge? Do you guys want to see a sneaky bit of Godforge? What's it saying here? Croissant has 130k HP, 300 speed. Damn. We could do a little Godforge leak. We could do a little Godforge leak. So let's just remember where I'm at. Embrys is built. Lamasu is built. I need 2 more to go alongside them. Okay, we're good. We're good. Let's So what I'm going to be showing you actually then for Godforge, I'm going to go into a Unity build. Ignore everything you see that's bright blue because that's because I'm in Unity and it takes a while for it to like cache stuff. Don't tell anyone from Fateless that I'm showing you the build. I get in trouble. On average, how many shard is recommended for pulling dub? Oh no, Dan's here. Yikes. He's always just lurking, guys. He didn't used to lurk this much, I swear. Timberwolf, it's our secret. Saying that, is it going to play ball? What's going on? Maybe not. Dan, I have eyes and ears everywhere, yeah. This is weird. I don't know why it's not working. Why is it not working? I thought you were playing it earlier. Strange. Maybe we're not going to be playing, showing you Godforge. Let me just get the latest. Dan, it could be that Dan's pulled the plug on it. I'm not sure. That's right. Try one more time. Maybe it's not the day for it. It's weird though. I don't know why it wouldn't be working. Yeah, that's it. They ripped my privileges away. Hey Shazad, how you doing? Yeah, that is not working. Don't know why. Maybe, is it a Unity thing? Because I've got too many things running with Unity, maybe? Don't know. See, I could show you the stable build, but it's quite old. It's old compared to what we've got on the main build now. It's weird, though. Hey, Bone, how you doing, man? It's got me intrigued now. I was literally doing some playtesting earlier today, so I guess maybe we've had devs in doing things which feel like they're improving the game, but are actually just completely broken the game. Do we get past purple screen? Yeah, no Godforge tonight. Sorry guys, I don't know what's going on. Not sure why. Don't know. Blame it on Saf. Let's blame Saf for that one. We had a build fail at 7 now, did we? Anyway, never mind. Not for today. You have to wait till Tuesday's video. Okay, let's get back to what we're doing then. So, what we've got going on here. Embrys, currently built now to nuke. We've got Lamasu built to push him to go first. So I think I'm going to go one more turn meter booster. And one more nuker for this team. So the idea is if I need to rip Stone Skin, Embrys will do it. If I don't, Embrys will kill. So my other options here, I could go. Currently, I've got Laz set up like as a speed merchant for Siege. So he did just be my other speed guy, which I think works. I mean, I'm curious, like, what do people do with their? If you've got him, obviously it's not like a common champ to have, but do people go full damage here, or similar to this? Saf always to blame, yeah. So he could be my secondary speed champ. And I got him in 8-piece supersonic. What if I got a 9th now? Since I did that build. Nah, I don't. Need some more supersonic stuff. Okay, so Laz I think is going to be my second speed champion. And then I could just bring Teox in as my second damage dealer. Again, already built. He's mainly in a Hydra build, but does the job, right? He won't have much survivability, though. Gizmak, I could bring Gizmak, yeah, as an option. He's built as well, albeit I've messed around with his build a few times recently. Yeah, maybe Gizmak's the one. I could just go full full mythical team, why not? The thing with Gizmak is he's like another option to get rid of Stone Skin, right? Which I don't really need in this team. Okay, let's try it out. I guess first things first, we wouldn't be doing a damage test if we didn't throw the bandana on and try him in old school now, Dragon 20, right? Let's just see what his damage output is here before we go into our arena test. Let's go. Maximum damage. Let's do it. By the way, I get ripped by my pool team for going for my maximum damage shorts nowadays. This is what my life became. Right, where is he? Where is he? HP in all battles as well. We're loving that. What else do I need here? Just like Lydia. Don't even really need Lydia, but we'll take it. I guess just the normal crew. Bad L coming in. Gurptuck coming in. Who else then? Because I don't need Arbiter. I don't need Speed. Who else should we bring in? Someone who just buffs my crit damage, maybe? Like a Whirlim. It's probably not built, actually. Shard. Actually, I'll tell you what. These are probably all too slow as well. Compared to Embrys. 280. He's okay. 280, that's fine as well. No, she's fine. 230, yeah, he's a bit slow. Damn, he's really slow. Bring in a full feral debuffer. Yeah, true, actually. That would be better, but that means a lot more moving stuff around. It's true, though, actually. I forget about those sort of extra buffs nowadays. Let's do it then. Let's see what this guy can cook. I guess it's pretty much all build 2, right? But we might as well just see what happens on build 1. Oh, I've got those two around the wrong way. False alarm, false alarm. Need him to be a bit slower. Do I have any piece without speed on? Probably not. Okay. Try that again. Okay, poison on them. This is gonna be the one, guys. This is gonna be the one. Poison on them. Poison on us. Oh, we got stone skin on. Oh my life. We'll just have to do it without. We're getting no Derp Tuck buff because stone skin's blocking it. Who's this new raid streamer? Tackmaster, how you doing? Right, let's do this. So we would get another 20% damage, actually, if I didn't have Stone Steel on right now. AoE, A1. Let's see what we got. On his Form 1. 77k. Does his Form 1 even scale with HP, actually? Maybe it doesn't. 77 is quite low, but I think maybe... Does his Form 1 scale with attack? Check. No, it's HP. Okay, so that was true. So 80 okay, very low damage. A2 doesn't. Oh, it does hit? Does it? Does it? No, this is a True Fear one. Place True Fear on all enemies for a turn and decrease attack. No damage though, just goes again. So no point in doing that. A3 is a hit, but it also does all these extra mechanics. So let's just see what we get here. 125k. What's interesting, we just got this necrosis stacks because someone died, and now they're all going to tick to death, which is pretty mental as well. So his Form 1 is pretty low damage, which is fair enough because it's got so much going on with it. Let's flip it over. Form 2. Form 2 looks so damn sweet as well. Look at that. Let's have a punch on this guy. A1. 224. 224 on the A1. That's got a chance to be an extra hit as well, isn't it? I mean, if Necrosis is out there. So that is a pretty decent hit for a block revive A1. Let's check out A2. Attacks all enemies, deals double damage to enemies whose accuracy is lower or ignores defense if it's higher. I'm not sure about these guys. I'd imagine they're going to be lower. Is that 300k across the board? I mean, it's pretty high. It's not crazy high though, is it? Is it crazy high? I guess he's super fast as well. If I built him just pure damage, then I'd be getting a load more damage out of his build. And then we just got the swap ability, which gives us a bit more ignore defense. Sorry, swap HP, and then he just goes again. So this should just hit straight harder now, but it didn't hit less. Why? Maybe I just didn't get my Helm Smasher off or something. What are we saying? I guess let's take him to his proper arena. Let's whip off the bandana. Didn't go as well as I was hoping. Let's see him in his kind of main home. I guess I'll try live arena in a bit. I'm so low in live arena. I mean, I should stomp people, but who knows, honestly? Who knows? So let's just grab a new team. Need a soul for my Lamasu as well tomorrow, hopefully. Hey, G-Man, how you doing? Right, okay. What do we decide on the end? Gizmac, I guess. So Gizmac, Laz. Actually, is my Laz is quicker, right? Laz is my lead. And then Embrys coming in. Okay. Let's see what's going on. Firstly, do I win the speed race? Is the first question. Yes, I do. We've got no stone skin to deal with. So this should just be a straight turn me to fill and go for kills, right? I could switch here. I don't need to though. There are two people that I could weak hit as well. So is there any reason to do this? Each time this skill is used, increases his ignore defense by 10% while in alternate form, which is this form, right? So I should, if I do this, I don't get any negative. I should just be able to ignore more defense, I think. Pretty sure that's the way that's working there. And then into the A2. I mean, it's a stomp. It's a pretty decent stomp. What's crazy about this guy is just the fact that he's so flexible, depending on what we're doing. Again, just a straight stomp. My HP pool looks super big as well for some reason. We did get a weak hit here, but he's now got Necrosis on him. Guess from here, again, we would just flip form and Gizmac him into Oblivion, who's also a stomper. Sultan, what you got going on? This team actually feels disgusting. It only does positive, not negative on HP swap. Yeah, okay. So this time round, we've got a bunch of stone skin to deal with. So we should now... This literally 0 accuracy required, by the way. If they were weak affinity to me, I might not rip the stone skin. If they had lightning cage, I might not rip the stone skin. Otherwise, this should be, even with 0 accuracy, a 100% chance, sorry, on his A3 to remove stone skin and replace it with True Fear. replace it with True Fear. See that? Resisted, resisted. Oh, the True Fear, sorry, was resisted. Was the True Fear resisted? I guess it was. I thought the replacing was also... Okay, well, anyway, the stone skins are definite. Looks like the replacing is not a definite. My Gizmac, though, is too slow. This guy... Yeah, I need to speed my Gizmac up. Damn. Actually took me down. The zero accuracy part's nuts. Yeah, it is, yeah. Okay, I thought the True Fear was actually guaranteed as well, but obviously not. My Gizmac. How slow is my Gizmac there? How did we not get another go out of that? It's not even that slow. Did I get pushed back? 250 odd. Don't want to take from him. That works. I just want to try the same run again, just see if I still get cut there. I would have thought with the 2 turn meter pushes, I should be favourite to still go, but maybe I'm not. No, just, oh, okay. Just straight not. Damn. That's mad, isn't it? Like, it's actually mad how fast everyone is. Unless someone here, is someone here boosting turn meter for a different reason, actually? Now you just need to remember which champions you've cleaned out of gear. I know, honestly, it's, yeah, that's my world. When I do these like read years, I'm like, oh crap. That's why I'm doing it today, because I know that I've got a week to sort my account out. Look at this, how fast these people are. Like, is that not crazy how fast everyone is nowadays? I mean, I guess it's still this, but I don't know if I still win this fight. Lightning Cage saved him over here. This guy's just wrecking me as well. Alil's just going to stay there and be like, yeah, good luck, friend. So he doesn't have necrosis up, I guess because of Stone Skin, right? So although it can't be blocked. Got out of that one. I honestly, Yi Lang, I'm so out of touch with playing Arena. Like, my brain can't comprehend just the sheer number of champs anymore. So I'm like, I'm massively out of touch with it. Plus all of the different effects that are going off. Because I'm not actively playing it. It does. It just messes with my brain. I enjoy the PvE side of things, but yeah, I can't get my head into being a PvP player. I've tried a couple of times. I get quite sad that the I don't know, the strength of the top players are just so far beyond where I am. Probably wouldn't take me too long to get back into it, I guess, if I really like pushed. This is what I'm quite interested in, like with necrosis going off. I'd imagine that must eat an ultimate death knight alive as well, does it? Even if he doesn't have it, is it ticking on him as well? Actually, to be fair, Gizmak is doing work. I could literally just like rotate back to him again. What's the A1 again? Extra hit if there's necrosis. Let's try this. Oh, nearly. Feel like it should boost Laz. What is in his speed? Yeah. Yeah, considering like I'm not high right now. I'm in fact quite low in gold 5, and I thought this would actually be like cape vault stuff. Did I just fight this team? No, different team. Oh, so you think I should boost Laz and just boost turn meter with Laz instead of what I'm doing? Let's try that. I mean, Laz looks like he's going to go anyway, but let's try it. Yeah, then we're rotating straight into this guy, but I guess I'll take out the rest of the team here. Hit right the way through Stone Skin, actually. Look at the team power here, which means I guess they got a couple of high resistance guys. Yeah, 2 Stone Skins. Just come in. The actual lightning cage there did protect him, but otherwise we've ripped it off. There's no reason not to get the extra crit damage in. Damn, that is a tanky build. How much damage are we getting out of necrosis? So he comes back with necrosis as well. That's actually pretty bonkers. Okay, then let's see what Big Boy's got. Probably should have just block revived the Sun Wukong. Oh, I see. So necrosis goes on as soon as Stone Skin wears off. Still big hit. Oh, everyone's so fucking strong nowadays. Man. Damn. Necrosis 5% of HP per stack. But is it ticking? Is it like HP burn, or is it just individual person? Do you know off the top of your head? It's like a poison. Okay. But yeah, I don't know, man. My brain kept up with legendaries, right? But my brain does not keep up with mythicals in terms of just knowing what they're going to do. It really doesn't. This dude, I know he's absolutely obnoxious, but I can't get. I know that he heals, he revives, he's got damage, but yeah, it just takes me a bit to just get back in the groove of what everyone's up to. So do we clear the enemies? Nearly. Not this guy though. Oh, Gizmac gets it done. Well, Matt, you know, there's a difference between like, so I play the game, right? I play the game every day, but there's a difference between running your account that just kind of like my account autos the game, so it's not really playing the game, right? It's more a case of going through the motions. And yeah, there's an element of I could push more, I guess, but yeah, it's the reality, right? Like when I was playing my free to play, I was actively playing the free to play hard every day, but it's a different experience to what, because you're constantly trying to beat stuff, you are like trying to figure out the challenges, whereas I'm a bit like autopilot on my main account. The free to play was a grind as well, man. I did get to that kind of like burnout point, and like coming back to my main account, I was like, I need a rest, you know. How am I doing in Chimera? So, I mean, a 1-key Chimera, I need to build a team out that starts to do trials as well. So I only end up doing like a few trials. But I mean, a 1-key, easy enough. But yeah, that's the next thing which is on my agenda, is to try and get my trials up like a lot. Oh, that's a big kit. But I probably could do with, honestly, just getting in a stream with like a couple of the guys that are active at the top, and just almost like getting like a re-download of meta and what I'm looking for, because gear sets have changed so much. Relics are in the game and they're super impactful. You know, there's so much extra in the game, which has kind of like been power crept in. Just, it makes, like, if you've not been super active on that type of stuff and then you come back to it, it's a lot to get your head back around. I'm kind of closing in on getting my Maris as well. Maris is a beast. Yeah, look, it's crazy actually. Some of these teams are just like bonkers. I feel like you can definitely have fun without playing arena, but I feel like there's now a lot of the game, end game at least, is arena, right? So you've got live arena, which they've now added seasons to. I've not participated in a season because that all happened whilst I was doing my free to play. You've got Siege, which I actually do enjoy. I think this is one of the best game modes now for an end game player. I don't know, it just, like, in terms of what What do I do in raid? Everything's on lock, easy. I'm looking forward to new faction wars, but this is all just easy. Arena, I'm not really an arena guy. I hit all of the top chests in any of the clan bosses. I could push higher in Hydra for sure and Chimera for sure. So these are two areas I could still improve on by a lot. Doom Tower's a cakewalk. Curse City, I kind of kill Amius each time and get a decent amount done. This could still be more fun. I could probably push more here. But yeah, it's but it was weird. I think I saw a Colred video after the free-to-play, and I felt exactly the same way as he was saying. I literally, like, I came from the free-to-play where everything's a challenge again to my main account where it's like, I'm just going through the motions, and it's hard to then get yourself back into that, you know, that kind of like, I guess that mentality of really pushing again. And really, the areas to push would be live arena, get myself actually going in live arena. Yeah, it's arena stuff, like, or like build out my Chimera teams to do more trials and stuff like that. Right, guys, we're going to switch it up. We're going to check out Etheria Restart. So Etheria actually sponsored this stream, and we're working with them at HH Gaming. So really, really interesting new Hero Collector game that's coming out. They did their first kind of like launch stream yesterday. We're going to watch that stream. I've not seen it yet. And basically take a look at some of the different features and things they're doing. On hellhades.com, you will notice now there is an Etheria Restart section. We're literally working with them as like a collaboration. So we've got Zox, who's the content creator that's working for us, doing a lot of the guides alongside a couple of the other guys in the team. And honestly, the amount of content already in this game, considering it's coming into kind of like its final beta wave, is staggering. There is a QR code on the main page here where you can just basically get yourself into the open beta, right? So and that's coming 8th of May, so real soon. And yeah, pretty much HH Gaming are going to be like covering it hard. So I guess it's a watch this space, but we're going to check out the stream from last night, and everything I've heard about it is really, really positive. So let's take a look and see what these guys are up to. Get to meet some of the sort of team behind the whole kind of like Etheria Restart piece of work. Hopefully you guys can see this well. So yeah, as I say, HH Gaming, we're working like in collaboration with these guys, and we're going to be doing that for a long time. Like it's a long time partnership, and I'd say so. It is a Hero Collector, a gotcha game. They are really like focused on a very fun, cool PvP scene, which is going to be interesting how they pull that off with stuff like tournaments, you know, like proper tournaments, world events, that type of thing. But anyway, let's take a look and see what they've got to say.
Hello, Hyperlinkers. Welcome to the Etheria Final Test Direct. I'm your host, Mary.
Hi, everyone. I'm Michael.
Today, we're giving you the inside scoop on the upcoming official launch of Etheria. Michael and I will walk you through all the exciting features this version has to offer. Michael wants to give everyone a quick overview of what Etheria is all about.
Absolutely. Etheria is an urban supernatural strategy RPG with a turn-based combat system that really stands out. We've taken classic turn-based gameplay and mixed it with deep strategic elements and open exploration, creating something that feels fresh and exciting. The flexibility.
That reminded me a little bit of XCOM there. That kind of like hiding behind the kind of like, I guess I don't want this is like a box thing to come out and knock someone down. So it's more like Honkai style rail for running around stuff like that.
Battles is incredible. You can create so many different team combinations based on each Animus's unique abilities. Also, you can control the action in real time, commanding the moves exactly when you want them. When you pull off those perfect skill synergies to defeat a tough opponent, that feeling is amazing.
That sounds amazing. Plus, it's fully cross-platform on PC, iOS, and Android, so you can play whenever and wherever you want.
Cool.
We've got a lot to cover today about what makes Etheria special. But first, let's check out the preview video.
Let's
世
do
界
it.
を滅ぼす最悪を避けるため、神はほぼ全ての力を尽くし、自分の身を最悪から守る神の国を作った。
俺には力が必要だ。彼らは俺に力をくれる。それだけのことだ。
Sweet visuals.
まさか最高レベルの緊急遮断が発生してるなんて。まずいな。数が多すぎる。近づかないで。
傑作の誕生を見届ける。またとない機会だ。お前、運がいいな。
彼は少しずつ思い出している。お前らを粛清してやる。
決められるからな。
炎は全ての罪を燃やし尽くす。
裁きを受けるがいい。
私ならできるはず。さらにパーフェクトに。そのステマを省く。
こいつはイカれてる。即戦即決だ。奴らの思い通りにはさせない。
貴様らの時間をいただくとしようか。外からの支援を頼るのだ。私を楽しませなさい。
お前たちには重要な役割を与えてやろう。
The art style is actually like really good. Really like compelling, right? So June the 5th,
And did
official
you all
launch.
catch it? The PV just released the official release date, June 5th.
That's right. Pre-registration for the official launch is now open on all major app stores.
Sweet.
You can also head to the Etheria website to pre-register for your preferred platform. The best part? Pre-register now and you'll get exclusive rewards.
For hyperlinkers in regions where this test isn't available yet,
So the link that's on the screen right now, that's actually for this open or closed beta. Anyway, the final beta, which is actually coming in May, early May. This is the actual launch. So literally the launch is coming like a month after this beta.
don't worry. We're working hard to bring the release to your areas too. Stay tuned for updates. To ensure everyone has the best experience at launch, we're running a paid test on May 8th. This test will include payment features with a special bonus. Any purchases made during the test will come with multiple rebates at the official launch. Check our social channels for all the rebate details. Now that we've covered the test,
so from what we've seen here, if you spend during the beta, you basically get like a multiplier of resources for when they go live. So it kind of like connects to your account. Your account will be wiped for the go live, but it's I think it's probably about the best way they can do it. So they're testing their spending mechanics, but you still get that resource back when you actually go into like the main.
dates, let's look at what's coming up in today's Direct.
In the first part, Mary and I will introduce what Etheria is all about. We'll show you all the exciting content coming at launch. Plus, we'll reveal brand new gameplay features that haven't appeared in any previous tests.
After that, we have a special segment lined up for you. Our community manager, Chris, will host a hyperlink conference. He'll be joined by content creators and Etheria's game director to explore the game and share all the exciting in-game events planned for the official launch. All right, let's dive right in. First up, Michael, what's the main storyline and background of Etheria?
The story of Etheria is set in a future where humanity faces civilization collapse. To survive, people transfer their consciousness into a virtual world called Etheria, where they live alongside animals, beings who wield the power of anima. For a time, everyone coexisted peacefully, but then a disaster known as Genesis began to corrupt the animus. They turned violent, putting human lives at risk. To fight back, the Union was formed. As a hyperlinker, you'll enter Etheria to cleanse the Genesis and restore balance to this fractured world.
Wow, so Etheria's story takes place
So you're like jacked in and controlling your little dudes.
in a sci-fi post-apocalyptic setting. It's so unique and immersive.
Absolutely. Now, let's jump right into the game and check out the actual gameplay.
Let's see it.
When you start the game,
So I'll be honest, I've played a smidge. The guys at HH Gaming, the crew, have been playing a ton. Like they know this game inside out. I'm waiting for this beta experience to actually dive in as a new player. So so this is like I've seen the screens, I've seen some of the combat and stuff, but I've not actively like played hundreds of hours yet. But I do intend to.
First thing you'll experience is the main character's home. The interface is designed to feel like a cozy living
Got your
space.
waifus here.
But outside, you'll see a bleak, snowy landscape, reminding you that the real world is still trapped in the aftermath of the apocalypse.
I love the contrast of having a cozy home away from the freezing and desolate world. It creates such a comforting vibe.
Same here. The main character's home isn't just cozy, it's also functional. You can use the workbench to develop and upgrade your animus. Browse the archives with the Chaco Ring. Access other helpful features. The big TV in front of you lets you perform hyperlink summons to bring a new animus to your team. Also, you can quickly jump to any function using the shortcut bar. Most importantly, as a hyperlinker, you use the hyperlink device at home to dive into
Animuses are your characters, and then you get these
Looks
pets
like
as well.
The real excitement is just ahead. After all, the
Which I
heart
think are
of
called
the
shells.
adventure happens in the virtual world of Etheria.
That's right. In the main storyline, as a hyperlinker, you can explore sandbox-style levels in your virtual world. You'll team up with your partner Maggie and other animus to take on challenges together. We built Etheria using Unreal Engine, which
What's
lets us
Unreal?
create
Okay.
these gorgeous game environments and
Interesting.
characters. The main story features high-quality cinematic scenes that really pull you into the world as you explore and uncover its secrets.
Those scenes are absolutely mind-blowing. I can't wait to see what kind of story will unfold.
For hyperlinkers who want to focus on efficiency, you can speed up the story by holding down the fast-forward button or even skip scenes altogether. While exploring, you can take out weaker enemies with stealth attacks, but for the tough ones, you'll need to face them head-on. Combat in Etheria uses a turn-based system where your animus' speed determines who acts first. Skills don't use up resources, but they do have cooldowns. When you're up against powerful enemies, you'll really need to think about your strategy.
From what you're saying, it sounds like
So there's definitely going to be a lot of like common ground mechanics that we're used to from games like Raid, but it feels like they've got a lot of fresh systems as well. Hey James, how you doing? What's that? I'm surprised you're covering this game. Didn't know like anime style games. Yeah, I never played Epic 7. I've known a ton of people that did, and I felt like I was always late to the party with Epic 7, so I didn't. I very nearly dived into Honkai, but I was super busy at the time when it kind of came out. So I feel like this is potentially like a really great rival to something like a Honkai.
combat in Etheria really makes you think strategically. So Michael, what's your advice for new players? How should they put
guess
together their team of animus?
But with more of like a PvP elements to it as well.
It's honestly not as complicated as it sounds, and it's super fun. Let me break down how combat and team building work. Early in the story, you'll already have access to a strong team. During the prologue, Maggie introduces you to 4 powerful animuses from the Union, so you're set up for success right away. You'll meet Gray, who boosts critical damage, Chachi, who can stun enemies and help teammates, Dorothy, who keeps everyone healed up, and SSR Animus Leon, who deals massive damage. These 4 make an awesome, well-rounded team.
Damn, this actually looks sweet. Look at this boss in the back here. We've got going on. We've got some turn order, possibilities. Oh no, sorry, turn orders down here. These are just, I guess this is, we'll see in a sec. Different abilities you can use down here.
Team that can handle most early challenges. They're perfect for
This is just your team, right?
dungeons and other early game content. Leon especially stands out with her incredible damage output. She'll carry you until you build more specialized teams. You'll probably see her dominating PvP matches too. Players love her.
It's obvious each animus has their own role in battle. Winning comes down to finding the right combinations and strategies. Michael, can you tell us about some other animus units and what makes them cool?
For sure. Each animus in Etheria has been carefully designed, and when we launch on June 5th, you'll get to meet even more new characters. Let me give you a quick preview of the 5 new animus coming at launch on June 5th. Real Mocha, the Union Sweetheart, a tiny sugar-loving girl who loves the spotlight. Rosa, who's ruthless and pretty intimidating.
She lost her trousers.
The top student council president at 13th District High School. Born, one of Astral Union's 3 CEOs who hides a sharp mind.
It's got like a real Yu-Gi-Oh vibe to me. You guys feeling that? Like that Yu-Gi-Oh type of character vibe?
Behind a friendly face. And Mia, who's super energetic and always looking on the bright side.
Sounds like each animus brings something totally unique to the table. As a player, you'll need to think about which ones to level up based on what challenges you're facing.
And that's not all. There are over 50 animus waiting for you in the game. Don't worry about running out of resources early on either. Through various game modes, you'll be able to earn plenty of summoning resources to build your dream team.
Oh, and speaking of the big TV we mentioned earlier, it's not just for show. You can use it to summon new Animus companions. But is there
What are we saying about Freya? Damn. They have gone full waifu
more
here.
you can tell us about how summoning works, Michael?
Absolutely. We just introduced 5 new SSR Animuses who will be joining the summon pool over time. But there's one more exciting addition, Freya, a brand new SSR who will debut as the first featured character when the game officially launches. Let's check out this short battle preview to see her in action.
一緒に夢へ入りたいの？言っておくけど、夢の中って危険なのよ。
I guess that's like the intro when you summon her.
もう夢の中で出会っているかもしれないけど。
I better not let Lady H see me
Skill
watching
1.
this.
Freya deals 2 instances of damage to a single enemy. The first instance can apply 1 stack of Dreamlight to a random ally, while the second has a chance to apply Nightmare to the target enemy.
Oh, the animations are clean, actually.
Dreamlight allows teammates to consume 1 stack of Nightmare and trigger Purify when a debuff is applied during their subsequent actions, lasting for 2 turns. When an enemy affected by Nightmare
The
is
quality of the characters here, considering this is in-game combat, is super high.
Freya's ally will recover some of her health. Freya's exclusive passive: when an ally receives a buff, their action progress increases by a certain amount. When an enemy gets a debuff, their action progress decreases by a certain amount. Skill 2. Freya grants all allies defense up and 2 stacks of Dreamlight for 2 turns. Ultimate skill: Freya grants all allies attack up for 2 turns, attacks all enemies, and deals 4 instances of massive damage, each with a chance to apply Nightmare for 1 turn. Freya possesses
Animations
a
are sick,
variety
actually.
of unique effects. Dreamlight provides allies with a continuous cleansing effect, while
James, did you say you've already been part of this, like previous betas? Ah, okay. Played previous beta for 12 hours before the servers closed. Game's very good. Yeah, I'm itching to play it, honestly. So this one's coming out, I think it's May 8th, right? May 8th for the next round of beta. Anyone who's watching, you can sign up through my QR code. I'm not like
to restore their HP
yeah,
when they attack
I'm not like getting
enemies.
paid if you
For
click on that.
exclusive
I just think
tasks allows allies
if you want to
gain
get
action
involved.
progress when buffed and reduces enemy action progress when debuffed, with the ability to grant
Zico, I really disagree, actually. I think it's more in the realms of like a Honkai Star Rail or a Genshin for quality. And I mean, those games are like, if you think Raid is big, they're like 3 or 4 times bigger than Raid. Easily.
both attack
Probably
up
and some.
and defense up. She can simultaneously enhance her team's offensive and defensive capabilities. By weaving her distinct abilities, Freya provides exceptional team utility through support and action progress manipulation. While damaging enemies, she impedes their actions through debuffs and turn meter reduction.
I'm excited to play this. I think it looks cool.
Attack and defense parameters makes her an incredibly versatile support animus, enabling her team to triumph over even the most formidable adversaries with a strategic advantage.
Wow, Freya looks amazing.
She does look
As
amazing.
The first new SSR after launch, she definitely has
She is
both
jiggling
the
all over
style
the shop.
and power to back it up. But honestly, my luck with these games hasn't been great lately. I'm worried I won't be able to pull her when the game goes live.
Don't worry about it, Mary. Freya will be available through a limited time featured summon, and this banner has a special feature everyone should know about. In this pool, your chances of getting Freya are significantly higher. Plus, you only need 100 crystals per pull, and there's no 50-50 chance involved. When you summon your first SSR,
Ooh.
it's guaranteed to be Freya.
What do we think about that mechanic? So this is an interesting one. Like, you are guaranteed when you get an SSR, it will be that hero, what they call it, Amius. So generally, in like a Honkai or a Genshin, when you get to that guaranteed, basically your pity point, it's a 50-50. It might just be that it's the first one that you get, and then they go into the 50-50 kind of like camp, but that's pretty crazy. That's only if you specifically summon on her banner. Yeah, Dan, do you know what it looks like going forward? I like the idea of it. I mean, if you're going to be pulling a lot of shards for a particular hero or character, whatever, then I like it. But does it mean that it's like well, everyone's got it, you know?
Will all future limited time pools for new SSR animus work the same way?
Because there's not like hundreds of heroes in the game. I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel. I'm not sure how I feel.
We designed it this way to make sure every player can guarantee their favorite animus by investing a specific amount of resources.
That's awesome.
You know what's hard as well? Raid is champions. Godforge is heroes. This is animus. Like, my brain's like, what do I need to say?
Besides the limited time summon for new characters, are there other types of summons in Etheria?
Oh, you do need a lot of dupes. Okay.
To welcome new players to Etheria, we've prepared one beginner exclusive summons. Guarantees an SSR only 40 pulls, and during the official launch, we'll also have a raid up.
So guaranteed after every 100. So a guaranteed SSR after every 100, and this would again would be this specific one, right?
Summon for the fan favorite SSR Animus Messiah. If you're a fan, don't miss your chance to add him to your team.
Now that we've covered the new animus, let's remember their strength also depends on how you build and develop them. So let's check out Etheria's unique progression system and see how you can power up your team.
In the Animus development interface, you can use upgrade materials to boost your character's level and star rating. Here's the cool part. Every Animus, regardless of rarity, can be upgraded to a maximum of 6 stars and level 50. You can also enhance their potential, upgrade skills, and use duplicate shadow prints for quality upgrades. Beyond leveling up your Animus, Etheria also has a unique matrix system for equipment. By combining matrix points for modules and shells, you can activate powerful matrix effects once you meet certain conditions. These matrix effects can give your Animus huge stat boosts. For example, if your main damage dealer relies on critical hits, you can maximize their potential by equipping 3 crit-related.
So this is basically their gearing system. You've got pretty much stats that we would expect to see, right? There's nothing too different here. But it looks like you're equipping, when it lands a crit, the damage result of that hit increases by an additional 12%. So it looks like the different gear sets are just giving you like almost like a mini passive as well.
Skills, just like in this demo. Right now, there are 21 different matrix effects in the game, offering boosts to stats like attack, defense, crit damage, healing, speed, and more. On top of that, there are 6...
You definitely want that depth, right? You want that depth of gearing. Otherwise, I'd say some of the games that I've played and covered, the depth wasn't really there, and it really sort of let the games down. What's this? HH Crew will cover this new game. That's why you don't have to watch it. No, I actually don't. That's the nice thing. I enjoy it.
Specialized matrix effects that need
I enjoy that we've got a crew that cover it.
Each contributing 6 points to activate.
Wait, Michael, that's a lot to process. Let's break it down step by step. First, can you tell us more about these modules you mentioned?
Sure thing. The module system gives players tons of customization options. The 3 modules on the left have fixed primary attributes, while the 3 on the right can be equipped with any primary attribute, including those with specialized matrix effects we just talked about. Plus, modules can be upgraded to randomly unblock additional secondary attributes for even more stat boosts.
Got it. So the module system offers lots of flexibility for customizing builds.
This is what we'd expect,
where do we actually get these modules?
It's cool.
You can earn modules by challenging 3 unique bosses in Threshold mode, each with 14 difficulty levels. Different bosses.
So all of these, it's not me, as I just said, it's not me, but all of this, the bosses, the sort of game info is already covered, and like there's guides and everything already on hellhades.com for this game. Etheria Restart, the HH Gaming crew have been like hard at work alongside Zox, who's a content creator. We've got a bunch of his guides on there as well. But even when it comes to the different animuses here, we've got ratings done by people that have played this game and put a lot of hours into this game already. So like we're going to be coming at this game like we did Raid. We're even looking at those tools you all like for this game as well. We really are like full on invested in this game as a team.
Bosses drop different modules, and the higher the difficulty, the better modules you get. That's great. And here's a cool feature. After beating a boss at a certain difficulty, you'll unlock continuous battles based on your star rating. During these battles, you can minimize the combat screen and check out other parts of the game while the fights run
Cool.
in the background.
Damn,
When they're
on
done,
launch.
just claim your rewards. Being able to AFK farm is super convenient. Now, besides
On
modules,
launch, guys.
we also
That's
mentioned
crazy.
needing shells to complete the matrix setup. Mary, want to explain more about the shells?
Absolutely. What exactly are shells in Etheria?
Shells are basically companions or pets, and each one has unique skills. Some shells actively attack enemies while others provide stat boosts to your animus. Different types of shells have different abilities, and they can be upgraded to unlock stronger skills and passive effects. You can also use material reconstruction to refine the passive effects for better results. You can get shells by taking on Grim Pursuit mode, where 10 unique bosses are waiting to be challenged. Before jumping into battle, you can check the boss.
Damn, the visuals are actually super sweet, right? Really like that. The shell system feels really good. It's kind of like, I guess it's like your a mini passive or something that's going alongside your team. So it's another thing to work towards, another thing to grind towards. But again, on launch, it's pretty mad.
Details page or the archive to see which shells or modules drop from each stage. That way, you can target exactly what
So you can
need.
farm the
By
ones you want
way,
as well.
Etheria also has a super convenient loadout feature. You can save your favorite equipment setups in the development interface and load them whenever you need. Plus, you can unequip everything with just one click. Super handy. Alright, now that we've covered the basics of gameplay and character progression, I think you've got a good idea of what Etheria is all about. Let's take a short break.
Yes, and before we go, just a quick reminder, Etheria officially launches on June 5th, and pre-registration is now open on all major game stores. Head
Nice.
over to the official Etheria website and pre-register for your platform of choice to snag some exclusive rewards. When the game officially launches, you can use the redeem code on your screen to get Anima prototypes, so be sure to grab a screenshot. And don't forget, during the final test
Got
phase,
this code
you
here,
can
guys.
also
Don't lose
use
it.
redeem codes for even more Anima. The final
Fix, is that
test
already on the
phase,
website? All the code stuff?
Anima prototypes, so stay tuned. Now sit back and enjoy this exciting teaser video. After this, we'll dive into more of Etheria's gameplay features.
See you in a bit.
This is cool, man.
出番だよ。せいぜいあがくのね。これからが本番よ。みんな本気で行くぞ。
The visuals are clean, like really, really good. Super clean.
じゃあ一緒に頑張ろうね。
Welcome back to
That's
the
cool.
Etheria official launch direct. Next up, we're diving into the game's rich and varied gameplay modes.
That's right. Etheria has even more exciting modes waiting for you. In the Trial Challenge, there are 4 unique challenge modes, each with its own gameplay style and special rewards.
There's a lot of content on launch. There is a lot of content. They've already like named different bosses for the shells, different bosses for basically the equivalent of the gear. We've now got 4 different game modes they've just called out here, challenge modes.
Then there's Animus Echoes, which features a variety of side stages centered around each Animus you can recruit. Clearing these stages rewards you with tons of goodies. Summon vouchers, upgrade materials, and even avatars and other cosmetic items for your characters.
Cool.
Don't forget about Phantom Theater, a multiplayer challenge where 2 hyperlinkers team up with 3 squads to take down powerful bosses. The higher your battle rating, the better your
Damn.
rewards. And they reset weekly, so
co-op
there's always
battles
something
as
to
well.
work toward. Deep within Etheria lies the Abyss of Decay, known as Ember. Hyperlinkers are sent to explore this mysterious space in Ember Exploration mode. This mode features 42 sequential areas where you'll tackle exploration challenges and battle
Nice.
various bosses. In these areas, you'll encounter consciousness corridors that require sandbox-style exploration, mine rifts where you'll face specific Animus teams, and Memory Abyss where you'll challenge fully powered bosses with enhanced skills.
Do we, I guess, Fix or Ragewood, do we know how long this game's been in development for? It's really like they've got like open world type of moving around to go into some of the different game modes. You've got co-op battles, super like clean visuals as well. It must be like a decent number of years in development here.
As you explore, you'll earn Laybot supply points to exchange for rewards at the supply hub. Finally, there's the challenging Ethernet Rally, where you'll build 3 Animus teams starting from
3 to 4 years, is it?
You'll tackle various stages to
Really
collect
good.
loot, upgrade its quality through nodes,
looks like
and
proper
ultimately
solid.
defeat all the bosses for high-quality rewards.
Wow, there's so much variety. From Animus Echoes, where you can dive into characters' backstories, to the high difficulty challenges of Ember and Ethernet Rally. The gameplay is challenging but super rewarding.
To make sure Etheria offers plenty of depth, we've also added limited time event modes alongside the 4 fixed modes in Trial Challenge. These rotating events are fun, easy to jump into, and packed with great rewards. The Cubic game is a mode where you use magical cards on randomly generated numbered discs to adjust the difficulty, effects, and rewards of each stage. At Lily's Magic Divination
Is this just like a whole new different game as well? What?
shop, you'll get cubic boards of varying difficulties and use random cards to enhance elements like bosses and rewards. Strategically place your cards to target the rewards you want and then take on the bosses to claim them. Then there's Champion's Call, a prediction event where teams from major Etheria factions compete in the arena. During the event, you'll predict which team will win the championship. Guess correctly and you'll earn even better rewards. These 2 limited time events will kick off with the official launch, and we'll keep adding more exciting ones in the future.
This all sounds amazing. After hearing about so many fun and diverse gameplay features, I'm really looking forward to the official launch. So, Michael, for new players like me, what's the best way to quickly get the hang of the game and start enjoying everything it offers?
Don't worry, Mary. We've definitely thought about new players. We know it can feel overwhelming with so much to do, so we've made sure there's plenty of guidance to help everyone get started. In Etheria, we've prepared a series of hyperlink charters. By following the prompts in these charters, you'll gradually learn the ins and outs of the game while earning some awesome rewards along the way. Plus, the powerful starter Animus Leon can carry you all the way into the late game. The hyperlink charter includes exclusive quests for Leon, and completing them will get you tons of upgrade materials, including Leon's anima, which helps you power her up quickly. And
Definitely feels like there's like a good option to get high level, strong heroes or animuses here like fast.
that's not all. Outside of the game,
For, like,
we've
free to
teamed up
players.
with the famous strategy site Hell Hades to create a dedicated
Oh, yeah.
Etheria page. The folks at Hell Hades have even put together a short video for us. Let's take a look.
Hey
no.
guys, Hell Hades here. Today I'm going to be bringing you some
me.
awesome news. The team at hellhades.com, we're going to be collaborating with Etheria Restart, and we're going to be creating guides, we're going to be doing hero tutorials and more, all the things you'd expect from the HH Gaming team. The content's going to go live in April when the game
Let's
launches
go.
into beta. Etheria Restart has got tons of content already, both PvE and PvP, including live arena on launch. And when the Hell Hades team got to try the game, we knew we wanted to cover it. It's got so much packed into it. We know the community is going to love it. There's just so much depth, different builds, different characters, different formations to try. So we know you're going to need those walkthroughs from hellhades.com.
This
So
banner
mark
looks
the
cool.
date, 5th of June. That is when Etheria Restart is going to go live. Let's hyperlink the world.
Let's hyperlink the world, guys.
Welcome back to the Direct. Next up, we're diving into even more gameplay features. Michael, earlier you mentioned the Phantom Theater, a multiplayer mode where players team up to take on challenges. Are there any other multiplayer features in the game?
Absolutely. That brings us to the Union system, which I'm excited to introduce next. In Etheria, you can create your own union and invite friends to join. In
So this is like their clans, is it? The Union, yeah.
your union, you'll earn daily rewards just for signing in. Work together on weekly tasks for extra resources and shop for upgrade materials in the Union shop. Plus, with the Union Aid feature, you can request Animus prototype shards from your Union members. Collect enough shards and you can upgrade your Animus's anima level. You can also contribute meme wishes to help out your fellow Union member. In the Union's Anchor Recon Challenge, you'll team up with other members to take down 3 powerful bosses of varying difficulties. You'll
3
need to
bosses.
organize a 5-player squad for these tough bosses, and you can even borrow support animus from other Union members. Each time
Cool. So you can borrow like my hero to help take down the boss if it was something you were missing.
Every time you chip away at a boss's health, you'll earn rewards based on the damage dealt. When you finally defeat the boss, you'll get a victory chest packed with union coins. If you want items from the union shop, team up with your union and take on these bosses together.
So far, Michael has introduced us to tons of Etheria's PvE content, but I'm really curious, what kind of PvP experience does the game offer?
With such a strong foundation of single-player story, deep progression systems, and a wide variety of enemies for PvE, we've also put a lot of effort into creating exciting PvP content. We want to deliver a
hold
thrilling
on, I want to see that page.
PvE content.
Effort into creating exciting.
Eddie actually get me a cup of tea. So PvE, daily challenges, trial challenges, limited events, and we've seen some of the different like guild bosses and stuff like that, or union bosses. But for arena, we've got the Realm, the Summit, Fearless Arena, Union Battle. Oh, okay, that's the guild versus guild, I guess. And then an esports as well. I'm really curious about this esports angle.
PvP content. We want to deliver a thrilling competitive experience through the Arena Realm PvP mode. That's why we've prepared several player versus player options. The Arena Realm features 3 distinct arenas. First is the Ranking Arena, where you'll use arena tickets, which you get daily, to challenge other players' defensive teams. Winning matches earns you points, but you also need a solid defensive team. If it gets defeated, you'll lose points. Climb the
Okay, so
ranks
it's not
to reach the
live.
top
It's not
mythic
live
tier,
arena.
And at the end of each season, you'll earn special rewards based on your rank. Reach Mythic, and you'll even unlock a cool arena nameplate frame.
The first mode is all about challenging other players' defensive teams. So, does the second PvP mode involve real-time battles against other players?
You got it.
Oh, it does.
The Summit
Okay, we do have a
Arena is
real time.
real-time RTA PvP mode
The
where
Summit.
you face off against other hyperlinkers in live battles. And yes, it supports global cross-server matchmaking. In Summit Arena, once you're matched with an opponent, you'll take turns selecting animus for your team. During this phase, neither side can pick the same character. After both sides have chosen
Draft mode.
5 animus, you'll get to ban one of your opponent's picks. The strategic battle begins right from the selection
So it's draft mode. You pick 5, and then they ban 1. Did I hear that right? So
phase.
that's
You'll
pretty
need
solid.
to outthink your opponent to secure victory. Summit Arena also offers rank-up rewards, including unique avatar frames for reaching certain tiers. At the end of the season, you'll earn special rewards based on your final ranking.
Summit Arena really takes Etheria's PvP intensity to the next level. But you mentioned there are 3 different arenas. I can't even imagine what other PvP modes the dev team has in store.
Me either.
The third arena is called the Fearless Arena, which features an official light esports mode. Here you can quickly match with 8 hyperlinkers to compete in a Fearless Cup event. The event runs every Saturday and Sunday, and you can participate as many times as you want during that period. 8 players compete, advancing round by round until a champion emerges.
That's
The
actually
prize,
cool, yeah.
Decisive Star emblems can be exchanged
Like a
for
knockout
rewards
comp.
in the arena shop, including exclusive hyperlinker outfits and Chaku skin.
It's amazing to see a mini tournament built right into the game. I can't wait to jump into the test and start battling other players online.
Has anyone tried this game mode that's in the chat? Can I just create my own 8-man comp with people that I want to invite? Or is it literally like a join and it's first come, first serve, you battle anyone? Either way, super cool game mode to be playing over the weekend.
And that's not all. We're putting the finishing touches on a GVG mode called United Front. This mode will launch after the official release on June 5th, so stay tuned to all our social channels for more details.
In our last test, top players from around the world competed in the FCI Fusion Cup Invitational. After some intense
it's not been live
battles,
yet,
the
okay.
champion was crowned, and players saw the incredible variety of team compositions and strategies that RTA gameplay offers. Tournament.
Oh, lost
Player
them.
feedback and the demand for competitive play have always been a major focus for us. In the future, Etheria will provide a global stage for competitive players. I'm thrilled to announce the Etheria World Summit, the ultimate global tournament for Etheria fans. Let's check out this short trailer.
See Zox in there. Zox is the guy who's doing a lot of the content for hellhades.com.
Hi, Hyperlinkers. I'm the tournament manager of Etheria. The Etheria World Summit, EWS, will officially begin following our global launch. It's a worldwide tournament open to all, where victory is the only rule, and epic rewards await those who rise to the top. Our first global invitation is about to kick off during the upcoming final test in May. All players will be eligible to register. After the official launch in June, the top 128 players will receive the...
This is cool, man. That's actually very cool. Like, properly taking it to an esport where they're inviting the best players to an event.
Official invitations to compete in the Global Invitational. Selection will be based...
Like, this makes you want to push in rankings. This is a different level. Honestly, really like this.
In-game summit arena rankings across both the final test and the post-launch period. All participants will receive rewards, with the top 3 earning cash prizes. The best player will get the chance to face a legendary player in a real-time 1v1 duel.
The best player will face a legendary player in a real-time 1v1 duel. It's like a like a proper, like, in the ring, take him on.
A direct ticket to the EWS Grand Finals. This debut year marks the beginning of EWS global tiered tournament structure, including open qualifiers, regional finals, and ultimately the EWS Grand Finals.
This is
to
awesome.
deliver the most compelling competition, players will be selected based on both performance and potential. For detailed rules and upcoming schedule updates, please stay tuned to our official announcements.
Yeah, I mean, do get involved, guys. May 8th is when the next beta comes through. There is a QR code on the screen. You can sign up right now and get yourself involved if you want to.
Such a cool robot. I didn't expect to see one here.
I will be waiting for your challenge at EWS.
We're gearing up to
it must be weird to act that out, man.
launch our first official tournament right after the game's release. Players who compete in Summit Arena during the final test and after the launch will have a chance to qualify. Make sure to follow Etheria's official community for updates, and let's see who emerges as the strongest player.
That wraps up the first part of our Etheria Direct. A huge thanks to Michael for walking us through so much of the game's content.
And thank you all for tuning in. We can't wait to welcome you to the official launch of Etheria.
Yes, Etheria officially launches on June 5th, and pre-registration is now open on all major game stores. Head over to the official Etheria website, pick your platform, and pre-register to claim some exclusive rewards. When the game goes live, you can use the redeem code on the screen to obtain Anima Prototype, so be sure to take a screenshot and save it. Additionally, during the final test phase, players can also use the redeem code to receive Anima Prototype, so don't miss out. And stick around. Up next is the second part of our preview stream.
I'm interested in this part, actually.
Conference, hosted by our community manager, Chris. He'll be joined by several content creators and the Etheria director for an in-depth discussion about the game.
Cool.
Now, let's hand things over to Chris, Etheria's community manager. See you later.
Goodbye.
I want to give a big thanks to Mary and Michael for giving us such a detailed introduction to Etheria for our viewers.
Oh, Vulcan's doing it as well.
I'm here with the game director and 3 amazing content creators, Zoxus, Sean B, and Vulcan, to discuss some big topics you guys are most excited about. Before we start, let's get some introductions, starting with Jack.
So Zox is the person who's doing the content for HH Gaming. We've actually known him because he was also doing content for Godforge. Really, really great creator. Awesome guy as well. Just like really passionate guy. I've seen Vulcan in a few bits, but yeah, Sean B as well.
Hello, Hyperlinkers. This is Jack, the game director.
Game director,
Etheria.
sweet.
The whole team have been working on this project for more than 3 years, and we are so excited we are about to launch. So hope you enjoy tonight's show.
What's up, everyone? I'm Zox. I've been basically, covering every single beta that this game has had, bringing you guys tier lists, not only from global, but also from the CN side. So yeah, I'm just really hyped to see all the things that you guys are going to be able to experience.
Hi everyone, I'm Sean B. I've been making content for turn-based RPG for many years now, and I came across Etheria recently, and I am blown away by how good the game looks, and I'm so excited to try the game out in the official launch later this year.
Hey guys, I'm Vulcan. I've been creating content for 5 to 7 years now. I really love turn-based games. It's a genre I've been really fond of, especially the ones where you got some competitiveness in it. In the last beta for Etheria, I managed to finish rank 1 in Arena, so it's safe to say I tried pretty hard in that beta, and I've been hanging out for the release since then, so definitely looking forward to the release of the game.
Welcome everybody. First, I want to hear your thoughts. So after watching this new live stream, what stood out to you guys the most, and what are you most curious about? Jack here, I feel like it's the perfect chance to ask.
Well, thanks, Chris. I guess I'll go first. So I've been basically, like I mentioned before, covering Etheria since the very beginning. Basically looking for new character reveals, making videos on anything, basically a new unit, and anything that basically is fresh coming into the game. With that being said, I'm actually really curious. Since it's been about 2 months since the beta, and really honestly since we had the test, we've seen a bunch of brand new characters come in that beta. How did the Etheria dev team manage to design and build so many new heroes in such a short time? Could you share a bit of your character design philosophy?
Yeah, sure. Of course, first, thanks, Dux, for supporting Etheria for the long time. And we are a big fan of your channel, and you make really great content. And back to your question. So, because we are a strategy turn-based RPG, so the character is really a fundamental pillar of our game. So our first goal is to create as much as characters with diverse and identity. So we put a lot of resource and in this aspect. So we created more than 3 pipelines for this character design. So from the creative design and the concept design, 3D modeling, and the rigging animation of all this stuff. So there are multiple pipelines running. So actually, when you see this new character release, actually there are already several characters already start in in process. So that's why we can manage to release so many characters, and in the future we will release more characters that will bring new experience to the game.
Well, thanks, Jack.
I mean, you got to hand it to them. Like, their characters looked really slick. They looked really good.
Vulcan, do you have any questions on this topic?
Hey Jack, first of all, thanks for having us on. I really do appreciate you getting us involved. I've loved the little chat we had beforehand, getting to know you. I'm really excited about what you can bring to this game and to the players as well. Now, obviously, I played pretty hard through the last beta, thoroughly enjoyed myself, and there was already a lot of content in the game from that point there, but you do have a bunch of other content still to come as well that you've released. What's the plan on rolling out all the extra content? Is it all going to be there at launch? Is going to drip feed in so people aren't overwhelmed? Like, what's the general idea of releasing content and the philosophy around that?
Okay. First, thanks for joining us today, Vulcan. And it's quite impressive you make in the last beta. So it's quite impressive. And back to your question. So actually, we are not blindly to add more features, add more systems that to bring to our game, because that will make players just busier and busier. But because we are a strategy turn-based game, so create more diverse of the builds and the strategy and the different game experience is our goal. So you can see from our game, we divide our system into 3 parts. You have daily challenges that you can grant your resource to upgrade your heroes, like the modules and shells. And we have the trial challenges that you can have the more difficult challenge to test if you have good enough build and that. And there are the third part.
That's quite an interesting way of doing it. It looks like the challenges are like a daily thing that you go after content, and it kind of resets. I wonder if it's literally like, okay, bring different squads to this challenge today versus tomorrow. It's definitely a different way of doing it.
Events. When we add more new events, it's just to create new experience and with different experience and different gameplay. So this is the basic 3 parts. Of course, we also have 2 parts is the union, right? The union is the social part, and you can play with other players. And
cool.
The last part, of course, it's one of the most interesting part of the Etheria is the PvP part. We have its arena, we have RTA, and you already see in this live stream we introduce another new mode. It's a light tournament. So we just also want players to not only enjoy PvE content but also PvP content. So these are the basic framework.
Makes sense.
And I think it's almost the complete framework of our design. So in the future, we just based on this framework, we will introduce more. How to say the event systems and the new challenges. So that's being said, so we are ready. So the game framework is ready. So that's why we're about to launch the game. So I hope everybody is excited and looking forward to it. Thanks.
That's cool.
Exciting.
So 3 to 4 years of development. Obviously, they've gone for less heroes than like a raid. Talking like around 40 to 50. And they've really focused in on how do we get interesting gameplay mechanics going, or different experiences of gameplay.
Wow, there are like so many things that he mentioned there, especially the PvP part, where I'm like super excited about, because I know we're all here for that competitiveness in this game, right? But then I also noticed that beside the RTA part, there's also this thing called the Fearless Arena. Like, what is that? Like, how's that different from the RTA that we have in the game?
Yeah, I think we already teased a little bit in the introduction. So, usually a game in this market or in this genre, we have the traditional arena. That means it's you fight with other players built, and we get RTA, right? You have real-time arena, and you match with another player. And usually this kind of games also runs a tournament like we did before. We have already held several tournaments, even in the beta test. But the thing is, a tournament is very exciting. I think, Zox and Sean, you had a very interesting match, right? In the last tournament. But it's always limited. So last time we only invited 16 players. But it's fun, and we want to bring this exciting esport experience to wider audience, so the players, more players can join and experience that. So that's why these ideas coming out. That's why we put this Fearless Arena. Actually, it's a light tournament and in-game. It's an in-game tournament you can play in the weekends. So
cool.
There we will match 8 players, and it's a tournament. And after 3 or 5 matches, there's a champion. So we hope it's a brand new experience. I never had see this kind of system in this genre. So we hope it will bring a brand new experience to our players.
Yeah, I think
it sounds awesome.
Be a big hit
actually
with this game, and I'm super excited to see it in motion. So thank you, Jack, for the additional insight. Transitioning into the topic of balance, strategy, mechanics, it's clear that we put a ton of effort into both PvE and PvP. Since you 3 guests here are super experienced with turn-based RPG genre, are there any concerns you have about Etheria, or anything you're particularly curious about? You can ask Jack right now, right here.
Yeah, so for me, I'm probably going to talk for a little bit on this one because this is something that I'm really passionate about. And I think with Etheria, between the module and shell system, it's got something very unique that we haven't really seen before in these types of games, where there's two big things. First of all, a shell for me, when I jumped into the game, it sort of replaced what you look at in some other games as the weapon, which I always hate summoning weapons on a banner. There is nothing worse than that for me. Whereas in this game, the shells, which once again, they're actually really cool, like pet type things, but they fill that role of a weapon from other games. They're farmable, so you can go ahead and farm them. And then you have a module system where both your quote unquote gear and your shells have different sets that they can get, and then reaching so many of these sets give you set bonuses, which is a really cool way to integrate getting different set effects, where normally in a game it's just like have 2 of these pieces, have 4 of these pieces, whatever it is. So I thought that's really interesting, the module system with the shells combined with more customization than I've ever seen before, with you've got 3 slots of your modules that can all have the same stats. So you can have like 3 crit damage pieces if you want. You can have 3 HP pieces if you want to go super tanky. There is no speed main stat on them. There's a lot of things where the game has done a bit more customization than what I'm used to seeing. And I just want to hear from you, like why you went with that path and what was the philosophy behind it.
Yeah, that's really a good question. I think also this design, this gear system, and we call it matrix system, because with the matrix you put shell and the module together to get these matrix points to have a fully built, of course, with your animals, your character. So I think this whole system is one of our most satisfied design in our game, because before this setting, this design, we have 3 or 4 other solutions or approach, but we still think it's not there. And of course, we can reference other games. There are a lot of games on the market which can just take one we think are good, okay enough, and we just take it and do a little bit adjustment. But during the very early stage, we just think it's not right. It's just too similar with others, and there's no fresh experience. And we also found the builds is quite limited. You go after you play a while, it's a kind of it's preset. You can only follow this kind of ways. So we think about how could we improve this thing, because back to our goal. Our goal is to want to create a diverse and so the rich combinations or builds of this strategy. The player, even the play style of the players, they can choose their own way. So when we come up this solution, when we introduce this matrix with shells and the modules, I think we find this solution. You can say if in the end game we have more than 50 animals, we have more than 20 types of modules, and we have more than 20 I would say shells. With this combination, of course you may think a little bit complicated for beginners, but when we design a game, we will design for the end game, and we will introduce these systems one by one, step by step.
It's actually interesting to hear him talk like that. So they're designing for the end game. They're not designing for the beginner player, but because they're designing for end game, it's like, well, just when are they going to release these different features to make it still feel comfortable for a new player coming in? Because that's always quite dangerous.
And they will get familiar with it and learn it, and with a learning curve. And in the end, we hope in the end everybody get familiar with this, and they can have more choice and more diversity of the builds. Then make the game really fun, not only in PvE but also in PvP, especially also in the real-time arena. So RTA, then we can have really interesting matches. So that's our goal.
Yeah, I honestly, I have something that I want to actually piggyback off of, because we are obviously talking about like relics and cores, and I think that kind of like leads into like the idea that this is a really deep progression system. And I guess that kind of was like one of the things I was wondering was, how exactly were you guys going to approach basically trying to or maintain, basically the balance between character variety and the strategic diversity
it's
in
important
combat.
in PvP.
Because I think one of the things with a lot of PvP games is that, especially when you, I guess, have both PvP and PvE, but seeming that we're kind of leaning more towards the PvP side, like that's something that you really want to always kind of like try to maintain, like player interest, but also like what matters to that specific type of game mode. And I guess kind of a double or stat question there. How do you also plan to add future characters? Like, is it going to be according to that character that's currently destroying meta right now, or is it be just something just completely fresh that creates its own meta? And I think the last part I want to add to that also is how often can players actually expect to see characters added as well?
Okay. Yeah, it's a really challenging.
I love that. It's like, okay, you've asked me 8 questions in one go.
Question, and it's a challenging task for us because balancing is crucial in this kind of game. If you lose balancing, and then you lose, the diverse of the builds, and then the player will have the similar play style. They will find the jack of all trades heroes, or they will find the best team set, and then they will break down all these systems. Or if you see in the arena everybody selects the same hero, it will be super boring, right?
Yeah.
So that's there are 2 goals. So when we design a new character, we just want to have, for each character we want to have its own place. So its place means some character may be more suitable for PvE content, or even specific bosses, like it's single target, some is more stronger in AoE like that. But the thing is, we have more than 50, even in the future we have nearly 100 characters. We hope each character has its own position. That's important.
Makes sense.
It cannot be replaced by another one, and then it has its own position, then it's useful in this whole system. But the thing is, we also have to, when we want to make sure it's balanced in PvE, that's easy because we have all these systems, and PvE, it's this status and all this difficulty is set. It's not always changing. So we can use our tools to test all these characters, if it's OP, or if it's if it's too strong, too OP in multiple systems, it's easy to handle. But when we're back to PvP, it's a little bit challenging because when we go to, we just mentioned before, we have so many different kind of builds and possibilities. So that's why we need some tools. We had an AI-driven testing tool, and when we design a new character, we will put in these tools, and then they will automatically run thousands of games with
cool,
millions, maybe millions of combinations, and fight each other, and then they will summarize some reports, and our balancing designer will check this report regularly and see if the new character is OP or not. And then, of course, we will also, based on our own experience, all these designers, they have to play themselves, and we internally actually we play all the days, and to not only trust only the data, but also the feelings when you play and play with each other and play with the PvE content. So we in summarize, we just want to put so many energy on that. We just make sure it's really balanced, and of course we hope to back to our goal. We want to keep these builds and the gameplay. It's really diverse, and
I'm actually super interested to know how that AI tool worked. Like, was it seeing outliers and then starting to like refine their skills or their ability, like strengths, until they suddenly weren't shown as OP anymore?
Strategies, thinking, and possibilities. Yeah. Hope I answered your question. Yeah.
I'm very glad to hear that there are tools behind the scene to allow the dev to play the game, to test with so many combinations to keep the character balanced. But with that amount of game content, and also in the future we're releasing so many new characters all the time, how do you make sure that all these characters will stay relevant throughout the time? Because in game like this, we know that newer character gets stronger and stronger and stronger, while old characters stay irrelevant. So is there a plan for balance patches or just adjustment to the character to allow them to stay relevant in the future?
Yeah. I think what you mentioned, it's the general market is doing, right? So we see a lot of games when they release a new character, it's the must-have, and you have to, because it's always in the feature banner. So it's business. We understand, but we think a little bit different, because in our system we are not only PvE game, we have PvP. If we do this way, it's really hard. It's a really huge pressure for the players. They have to purchase, they have to chase the new characters every single time. I think even we are players, we play other games. It's a huge pressure for us. So we think it's what is better ways is we create a cycle. It's a cycle means it's a counter cycle with different builds. So it can't say, oh, this build it's the best and you must have. You can choose your own play style. Like we said, if you want to play really tanky, you don't need to chase the speed, right? You don't have to the first speed, and even.
I mean, I hear that, and I'm really interested to see if it plays that way. That's the challenge with this style of game.
There's a first
being
high-speed
turn-based
hero. You don't have that because your playstyle is tanky. You just need more HP and even like that. And another thing is, we want to, not only this SSR or feature banner heroes is the most powerful. You can see from the last betas, a lot of SRs, even in these tournaments, a lot of SRs are very useful, I would say, with some characters, of course. When they create a build, even some SRs are the key roles for this build. So in this way, we want to get less pressures for players. They are easy to create a build they want, and they can even beat most of the PvE content, and then even in the RTA and other arena, they can also play with other players, because the counter is not simple, stronger the best. No, it's a counter circle. So we have different builds that counter each other. So I think that's our design philosophy, and so no worry about the how to say, the unbalance of the new heroes. But of course, bring new heroes is always our goal. As I said, we want just the new hero or new characters. It's just new experience or new builds. It's not that stronger. It's new. It's different. So I think that's our way.
Yeah, one of the big things with this game that I think will be a key strong point here is the idea of the cycle that you talked about. You know, with every animus having like a different position in the meta, I feel like we're gonna see like an always evolving meta where people are like practicing different strategies, and you know, we'll find out that, oh, one little strategy works on this character super great, and then it shifts everything, and then a new character comes out, and then things start to shift again. I think there's just a lot of variability here with the matrix system that you talked about, and having a cycling meta like that is what's going to make this game great.
Yeah, that's what I need to do.
Right. Anyways,
shift the meta in an interesting way.
So playing off of that, let's address the question that many players are most concerned about. All of you guys have played many gacha games, so what frustrates you the most?
I'll kick it off. So with this one, and I'm going to reference the knowledge I have from the beta, because it really frustrates me when we have the 50-50 system in summoning. I mentioned earlier, I hate weapon banners. They're not in the game. Fantastic. Let's go farm that stuff. That is perfect for me. But with the 50-50, I noticed that when we have, I thought it was a very interesting system. When we have the rate up banners, at least in the last beta, I can't remember the exact numbers, but we had the new character, they get their rate up banner. Now, you don't have a soft pity, and it's a higher pity, and I believe it was around 100. But if you get a, what do we want to call it, 5-star SSR, I can't remember the actual terminology, I apologize. But if you get the high rarity character, there's no 50-50. You get that character that is on the banner, that is it. Whether you beat the pity or not, so you can do a 10 pull, you get lucky, you know you're getting that character. I think that is a fantastic system. And I absolutely love that because that covers one of the big pain points for a lot of people. At least if you're planning out, you know, okay, this is exactly how much I will need and it's reasonable. And if I get lucky, I will get it beforehand. But the other thing that we had was even the rate up banner characters in the beta were in the standard banner, which the standard banner has a lower pity. It has the soft pity, but obviously you don't get to choose who you're going for. So that's the trade-off there. The one question that I had from that beta, because, you know, sometimes in beta you're only getting the one character, so it's not a new release, is when a new character releases, how long before they go into the standard banner, not just their rate up banner?
Okay, so because we are still a gacha game, gacha is one of the also interesting and exciting part for this kind of, because you always got how to say, there's exciting and there's hoping really want the characters you really want. So we are players. When we do this, we are not just as developers, because when you are developers, just think of business, the KPIs. You know, oh, we have to do this, we have to do that. But most of our developers, they are also a huge fan of this genre of turn-based games and gacha games and JRPG of this kind of stuff. So when we design this crucial part, because it's talk about monetization, right? We are a business company. We have to make sure this game can run continuously, and we can then the revenue we generate can support our future development. But again, back to our player experience, we are also frustrated. We're so frustrated when we pull in some other games when you get this 50-50. So like you said, so that's why at first we just decide to totally remove that. But when you get the feature banner, you will guarantee it's the characters in the banner. There was no 50-50. And
so it's basically a guaranteed summoning event.
There's a new character introduced, and from the very beginning,
it sounds like it's fairly regular.
When we launched this new feature banner, the feature character already in the standard banner, so there you don't have to wait, and you don't have to worry about when this feature banner is gone. You cannot get this character anymore. You will need to wait 6 months or 3 months like that. No, this won't happen in Etheria. So at the very beginning, you can pull up these characters, and it's in standard banner, including light and dark characters. You know how this rare, including. So I think when we play this genre, you know how rare that, and so it's a big decision. We put these characters in this standard banner.
Yeah, love it. That's huge. Like, that's insane.
And I think I also noticed that when I was playing the beta, I think the cost of summon, I felt it was a bit lower than usual. Is that a thing in this game?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot to mention that. So back to these things. So what we think, another thing is, it's just about 50-50. It's just the how to say. So what you say, it's a setting. It's a design. But actually, the thing is behind that is it's how you're pricing your game. So we generally think it's just in this market, it's just too expensive. As a player, as ourselves, when we play this game, it's too expensive. You have 50-50, then you have this duplicate system, right? You need to pull 5 or 6 times to get a full character. So this you can see in Etheria, we don't change this, but later one it's separate. No, it's not separate. It's behind this. It's just we think it's just too expensive. So we did several things to reduce the cost of the players to make this game affordable. So one thing you see is we remove the 50-50 system. Another thing is we put this high rarity, even the featured characters into this standard banner. We let these free-to-play players can easily get them by lucky or by hard working to collect more these free resources. And another thing is we reduce the price. So I think the standard price is 160 gems or crystals or any other in other games, but we reduced it to 100. That's already a huge discount. So in one pool, you only need 100 crystals in our game. And another thing is, we had a lot of season also give quite a lot of free pools, free, we call it animals prototypes and crystals. So the thing is, we just want to be more free-to-play friendly. We hope a lot of players, if you love our game, you can support us, of course, then we can create more content for you. But
that's it, man. Just making a difference, right? It's coming out with a different mindset.
The free-to-play players are even larger audience base, so we know that, and so we want everybody to enjoy our game. So we want these players to have a better experience. So we made these several changes. So that's what we think about this gacha in general, or the price, even the price in general.
Cool.
And if I can, I just wanted to zoom in on one thing there, which was the light and dark units are also in this. Like, so you have a rate up banner for normal elements and then light dark. I'm just going to refer to them as light dark for this. And then you also have a standard banner for the normal elements and then light dark as well. But you can still get those light dark units from the standard element standard banner, which I couldn't believe it when I got my Lily in the beta from that banner, because that is like, that's a massive thing. Like, you don't see that with light dark units typically in these style of games. And on top of that, like, the fact for those playing at home, like, this is gonna be my strategy as I'm known as the free-to-play sweat lord. When you're getting into the game, and I love that every character goes straight into the standard banner, and so if you're starting even a bit later, but even at launch, you've got those cheaper summons on the standard banner with a lower pity and a soft pity, which makes it a lot easier to get more high rarity characters. So you can put your emphasis there to build out your roster and then start targeting new characters as they come out. And you can do that because of the system of everyone going straight in. Even if you start a bit later, you still have that option to get a really good roster of characters from just using that standard banner. So I think the play between the standard and the rate up is a really, really strong thing, even for the longevity of new players coming in.
And think about the
I guess with all this said, if you're trying to be at the top of PvP, it's still going to be surely a whale fest. It's got to be, surely.
Is very how to say, the dupe system, right? Duplicates. So in Etheria, you only need one, and 5 is different. You need 5, it's 5 times more expensive, right? So when you get 1, you get unlock the full mechanics. You only need the in-game free upgrade resource to upgrade the skills, and but the mechanics of the skills, it's already there. You only get 1, it's enough. I think that's also a big decision, but we hope it will create a better experience for players in general.
Yeah, definitely. I think that is a pain point for a lot of players in gacha games, especially recently, where it's like, oh, if you want to, like, this, you can get this character, but if you want to play them the way they were intended to be played, you need to actually get 3 copies of them and their weapon, and it's just not feasible. When I looked at the duping system on my first stream when I played Etheria, I was like, no way, these are just very simple stat increases. So there is a benefit to it, but it's not like a benefit that changes the gameplay that you're going to experience with that character, which is a really big thing. And I'm sorry, but I'm just on a rant here, so I'm going to keep going. The other thing that you mentioned was one of the biggest things is the no more leveling up fodder characters to feed to increase your star rankings of your characters. Like, that is a big thing, because often in these style of games, half the time you spend is just repeating campaign stages just to level up that fodder, which, you know, has its purpose, but it's a bit tedious and it's not as exciting. Whereas in Etheria, all those materials to keep upgrading your characters are given through events, in-game systems, the quote-unquote tower mode, all that sort of stuff. That's where you can get all those things, and it came at a pretty decent rate. You can also somewhat farm them in the experience stage if you want to as well, and then use them to fuse up as well. So there is that option if you're really desperate to get a few up. But in general, the income felt pretty good of them, and it just means that when you're actually spending your stamina in-game, it's always going to be something exciting. Either you're going for modules or you're going for shells. And for
that's
me,
cool.
when I play these style of gacha games, that's almost as fun as summoning a character, is seeing if I got that, you know, that god tier piece of gear with the 4 optimal substats, you know, and stuff like that. So I think it's
I just wonder, it looks like everything is available in the game. The summon system is very forgiving for a free-to-play. So really free-to-play friendly is what I'm hearing. And you just wonder, like, where does their... like, obviously, they still want to drive a lot of revenue. It's just... It's an interesting one to see how well they perform. If they're going for the masses and then the revenue is low but spread, that's kind of cool as well.
just makes the general daily gameplay a lot more exciting because that leveling up in the campaign stages is now sort of removed from the game.
Yeah. This I want to add 2 more sentences because I think this is the duplicate system, and for this, how to say, you don't have to have this feed other characters to other characters. This kind of setting is actually from the community, because they talk about and give us feedback times to times. Oh, you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do this, because a lot of people are talking about this. We think we really take it serious, and it's really the painful experience when they play other games. So as a game release in 2025, so I think the thing is we want to create just a better experience. So we hear from the community and we make these 2 changes. And we think it's, even for ourselves, it's much easier because we also play that. It's really a long time just leveling up these other characters. It's not fun. It's just not fun, right? So we hope to take this chance to thank the whole community, the players who support us for the long time, and we hope in the future when we release, you support us and give us feedback.
Yeah, cool.
We have our community manager here, and
same, James,
in our
same.
community, you can also give all these feedbacks, and we will listen to you and take your suggestions seriously, and we hope to improve the game together.
Yeah, I think a lot of this stuff just makes this a great experience for new players. Like, as we talked about, like, when you're introducing a game to your friends that you're already like a year or 2 deep in, and like you're like, oh, they don't have all the characters, they can't do anything. I just think it's going to be a great opportunity to build a long-lasting like core community, both of free players and paid players. And, you know, for competitiveness and all these tournaments coming up, I think that's going to be the key highlight here. And just having a core community that we can build and grow like that is going to be huge for this game. And I'm super excited. Cool. Well, thank you guys so much. We really appreciate your time. There's been so many great questions going on. And thank you, Jack, for being so transparent about everything. We're all super excited. So just letting you all know, Etheria will launch officially on June 5th. Make sure to pre-register for the official launch, and that'll be live across all major game stores. You can access the official Etheria website to pre-register on whatever platform you prefer, and you'll have access to some unique rewards and some codes on top of that when you register. So
okay, cool. I mean, I've got to say, like, firstly, really transparent, like super transparent with information, answering questions, talking about monetization strategies, talking about, you know, some of the different content drops they're doing. Very cool. Very cool. I'm definitely going to be diving into this game. I think I'm going to dive in this upcoming beta and just sort of see how I feel about the game. But it's cool anyway. I mean, whether I cover the game in full, which I think I might, it's definitely going to be covered on HH Gaming. So if you guys really like what you've seen here, then firstly, you should use a QR code and get involved in the beta coming up. As it says, going live on June 8th, but also all of your guides, all of your info is going to be on hellhades.com for this game, whether I'm covering it on a YouTube channel or not, because some of the HH Gaming crew are already doing it. And we're actually the official partner of these guys. So, you know, we've got literally the Amius's archives of all of the different sort of characters already rated, and character pages done for all of them. We've got beginner's guides already. We've got boss guides already. We've got buff lists, debuff lists, like all of the stuff you would expect from the HH Gaming crew is coming for this game. So it's actually going to be huge. Yeah, super cool. And again, like awesome for them to sponsor the stream as well. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be awesome. Different, like, I think it's going to be a breath of fresh air. And honestly, you know, we're creating Godforge. After watching that stream, I'm like, design team should definitely watch the second half of this stream and just make sure that, you know, we're hitting the right points ourselves, honestly. You know, there was a couple of things I heard him say there. I was like, interesting. That might be something that we just need to tweak. So let's see what the chat's saying here. Hopefully Godforge has this mindset. Definitely, look, we've definitely got the mindset of you know, better experience for players, more affordable, that type of stuff. Some of the specifics I'm interested to see play out. In Godforge, in campaign, will the energy be divided up between the 3 chickens or divided between the lead and the chickens? So in Godforge, what we're thinking to do is anyone involved in the fight will get experience, I think you mean, rather than energy. Experience. If there's any like experience that wasn't needed, it will go into a currency, which you could then go and use on someone else. That's what we're thinking so far. After watching this, other game mechanics that you would like to apply to Godforge that this game has? There's some stuff. So some of the stuff they've talked about here, we're already going to do, but we're probably not doing it on launch. So, for example, tournaments that you could create yourself probably won't be on launch because I don't think we're going to have live PvP on launch, but it will be within the first year after launch. So I'm interested to see how that plays. It looks cool. It looks cool what they're doing with that. I think some of the kind of like challenge-based content, again, I need to see it and play it. But if you're coming in day after day and it feels like you're doing something slightly different rather than just grinding the same gameplay, I'm interested to see how that plays and how the community like it, because that definitely feels fun. That feels like you've got a bit of a fresher experience. So yeah, definitely. I do like the idea of the sort of shells, albeit we've got a system, I think, with our weapons, which does a similar job. I'm also quite keen to understand the gearing better in terms of like actually playing around with these modules and just seeing if it truly is like a fresh take on what we've seen in other games. But yeah, definitely, there's definitely some cool stuff being said there. I kind of need to dive into the game, I think, and see what I think. Cool. Well, guys, look, I think I'm going to end the stream there. Thanks, everyone, for watching along. I guess, yeah, let's come onto the Discord. Let us know what you think about Etheria Restart. And I'm definitely going to be diving into it. So hopefully you guys dive into it alongside us. And yeah, let's give it a go. Sounds very cool, though. It sounds like they've thought through a lot of the systems. I'm specifically interested in how they play out their PvP, honestly. It feels super fun. But anyway, guys, have yourself a good weekend. And yeah, I'll see you soon.